I just realized that there are the Munchbox Biendeo. I realized there's so many people who haven't played Prey 2017. If you haven't, go play that. Not right now though, because 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. It is the Biendeo stream today on this fine 10th of February 2025. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and we'll have a wonderful week ahead of you. My week has been, stuff has gotten done. I need to, I feel like I've got things piling up. I have a schedule of stuff that's starting to start kicking in, and I'm like, oh boy, things going on. But at least in the short term of today, things are chill. Things are nice and good. Let's dive into today's game, and by today's game, I mean it's always the same game for several weeks in a row. That's usually how I do it. Here we go. Let's do... Wah. There we go. Things happen. Exactly. Things do happen. Things indeed happen. But yeah, no, this is yet another. This is the 6th stream in a row we're playing Doom 1 and Doom 2. In the first stream, we did 2 streams, or sorry, in 2 streams, the first 2 streams, I played through the original Doom, including the Ultimate Doom episode. The next 2 streams, Doom 2 Hell on Earth, and the wonderful 4-hour, 39-minute stream of last week, the Master Levels for Doom 2, in its entirety. Now comes the release of Final Doom, released both as part of one package. Final Doom consisted of 2 curated, commissioned Doom WODs created by various teams of people. They are both 32 level mega WODs, as the phrase is, when you basically go through the whole game. Yeah, well, the Doom 2 mods, mostly levels, but TNT Evilution at least is a little bit fancier because it does have custom music and custom textures in places where it needs to. So I like that. You'll notice that there's a couple of people who actually did contribute as well to the master levels from TNT Evilution. But TNT Evilution is probably a more infamous WOD because people thought that they were selling out, basically. It's like, oh, how dare you make a level pack that we got to pay for? Is this good stuff? Let's see. Evolution immediately starts off with this wonderful spaceship, man. This is a incredible start image because it's just like, what am I looking at here? Oh, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Let's dive into it. It is just Doom 2 for the most part. It does start off with some incredible things, such as starting off with a Berserk pack, and one of the best scenarios to actually use it. It's really solid. I love this start. And now we can end the level. Now we can't. But I love that. It's like, oh. I wonder if the achievement counts as punching enough people. It's a very explosive beginning. A lot of this game, a lot of this level pack kind of hinges on... I think this chain gun is going to wreck me. Yeah, okay. Alright, well, we hit the end of our berserking, but still, that was fun. But yeah, no, this... Where'd these guys come from? Where did they come from? I saw them before. But yeah, no, this level pack starts off with, what everyone's favorite parts of... Well, maybe not favorite, but certainly its most iconic levels, or its beginning style levels, particularly the science labs, the tech labs style levels. Yeah, that opens up. Maybe that's what I missed. So we start off with a tech lab level, only 36 enemies, not too bad. I'm going to try and do the same amount of content I did for Doom 2. So we're going to spend 2 weeks for each of the 2 WODs. So a total of, yeah, just chilling in there. So a total of 4 weeks spent on Final Doom, which is going to be a fair bit, but it is 64 levels. We got to pace it out. On top of that, both of these WODs have 2 secret levels with the exact same kind of structure as they were in Doom 2, which is specifically map 15 exits off to a secret exit, and then map... I'm missing a lot more. Yeah, I was like, hold on, wait a minute. And then the secret level, it contains a secret exit. And I'm going to try and get through both of those secret levels, and that'll be the end of this stream. We'll see how we go. Hopefully we're not doing any crazy long-nighters. Also, we have a custom end doom screen. End doom? Intermission screen. Sorry, end doom's when you turn off the game. Don't know where my secrets are, but... Human BBQ. The music is vibing, though. The music is going at it. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let's not lose all my armor just off a barrel that's casually chilling right behind me. But yeah, no, it's been a chill week. Actually, it's not been quite the chillest temperature-wise. It's been a bit paltry. Not like too bad. Like, you know, absolute sweaty hot, but just like humid, like kind of weird late summer temperature. I like how it's like, oh, we love the tech bases, and then we get a level that's just like this, which is very curious. I love this. It is summer. Yeah, it is true. It is summer here, so... It is Doom 2. You have seen the chain gunners, but you haven't seen the super shoddy just yet. Chainsaw would be nicer. There you go. But yeah, no, in the world of things that I'm doing, nothing really too weird. I have got some personal progress. I love this courtyard area, although I do hate, and this is going to be a general trend of this WOD, is I do hate some of the more open kind of areas that you start getting hit by enemies that you're just like, man, he's over here, he's over here. That's going to happen quite a bit. I'm going to try and pick off all the hit scanners. There we go. Swizzling situation is what... Yeah, it is definitely very easy to underestimate. I don't blame you on that one. So I'll give an update on the swizzling. Also, tell me if the music's too loud. Because it is... The MIDI, I feel like, is louder than it typically is. I haven't changed any audio settings. But I do worry that this is, like, louder than I usually am. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Me editing. Just note. 7 minutes 30. Because, yeah. I'll put it at 30. I think that's a bit better. I can hear my thoughts. And you can hear the sounds of the game. Maybe 25, actually. Yeah, it is remarkably loud. I'm just quite curious. I'm just like, man, yeah, where's the sounds at? But yeah, so the update on the swizzling situation and a little bit of a history. So I do. The music is cool. Thank you, Christopher Lawrence. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope that's not a birth year. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nah, it is cool music. I do like it. We are gonna get some of the Doom 2 regular music kicking in at various points. I think it is only like 20 of the maps have the music. But there's a nice amount of custom music. Some of the music is done by good old Tom Mustaine, who developed both that first map, as well as also, hi, I'm very stuck in this corner, and there's a hit scanner somewhere. Also, there's a pain elemental. Yeah, you see him, yeah. A cheeky way to start your level. I'm just hearing doors open all over the place. Wow. But yeah, so context. So I do development on RetroAchievements just as a set. Then just in case anyone sees my videos out of order and they're like, "Why are you talking about all this stuff?" Clearly, there's too many Christophers. Someone took the other 1,233. I always joke because I start seeing I say I'm a boomer. I'm not really that old, but I'm at least born in the 20th century, and that seems to be like more of a luxury the more I go along. I'm like, man, you know, like there's people starting university and they're born in like 2007 now. It's like, oh my gosh, wow, you're born after Super Mario Galaxy and Halo 3 came out? What? Whoa. So I'll see like 07 or 7 in their names, and it's like, that's not birth year, is it? Always throws me off. See, it's very obvious when it's like 90 something or 80 something. 70 you can maybe get away with, but okay. I remember getting very lost in this level on my very first playthroughs. I see the blue key there, and we've gotten most of the enemies, so I'm not struggling too hard. But this whole courtyard area has kind of that yellow key kind of path. You would jump here. Stream. Yeah, I'm very worried that the stream is gonna heavily buffer as well. Yeah, I'm having weird network problems where it's like it's inside my own house. So specifically with my desktop, but across operating systems, I get these weird like stutters here and there. It seems to also apply on Wi-Fi, so that's quite odd. What is happening here? How am I very lost? Yeah, it was also happening on Wi-Fi, which was very odd. But it doesn't seem to be affecting every device on my network, and it's not affecting other devices even on my switch, my network switch. So, hold on, okay. Decipher map. We've got a door there. Hold on. I know this red door's there, and that seems a bit odd, but I'm pretty sure I just like jump out of the window, right? Yeah. I'm like, why am I constantly like... Hi. Yeah, so I apologize if my network... Yeah, that probably happened as you're sending it. You'll see when the text appears on screen, you're like, oh, that kicked in a bit late. But yeah, no, I do worry that my buffering is going to be kicking in real gnarly. So I've got my stream open on the secondary monitor just to sort of gauge how bad the latency is, but I worry it's pretty bad. Like, hold on, if I just tab out and I click on the thing and I have I don't have the video stats. Yeah, I have a 50-second latency kicking in right now. So I am going to be weirdly, heavily delayed for some reason. You might have to keep, like, kind of resetting it, which is very odd, but I didn't talk about the swizzling yet. No, I've just sort of rambled on about my network, but it's very odd, and I can't fully explain why the... Oh, no, it's in map 2, by the way. Oh, trust me, it gets worse. Also, these guys up here. But yeah, no, I haven't talked about the swizzling yet. I'm just rambling about my network. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out this network thing. It only started kicking in like a couple of hours ago, so I really haven't had much time to look into it. But the fact that it does affect like my... Yeah, it's complete magic as well, because it's just like everything looks normal, but when you do ping tests, it's like obviously you've got, you know, stuttering to your own local network. Like, that's kind of odd. Any device on my network, and just not to loop back. Oh gosh, Revy in the hallway every time. That's not every enemy. But okay, what am I missing? What enemies am I missing? Do you think there's a secret area somewhere? This looks like a jump. Well, that's nice and convenient to get at least. But yeah, no, I can't explain it. So I do reboots as well of my computer. I do, yeah, I switched to Linux just to try and understand it a bit more. Same behavior, which was quite odd. I was like, hold on, there's got to be a use for this blue keycard somewhere. Tell me the secret. Well, I've got the map, so I'm probably able to guess it. Given that this probably has a teleport. Yeah. There's a little cheeky just thing hiding here. Oh boy, hold on. Haha. Yeah, nah. Oh, hold on. Telefrag City. What is this one up? Well, we'll commit to the telefrags. The telefrags seem like a very practical way to take them out. Oh, that guy left. He just left. Alright, we're gonna fight one legit. That's neat though. That's very neat. Very nice. But yeah, no, so swizzling. So, okay, so I do deving for RetroAchievements. It just means I make sets for games. All that basically means is that you need to somehow reverse engineer, or somewhat, how the game puts things in memory. Have stuff watch. Oh, I'd really love to get that as well. Have stuff watch the memory. So that's just in the tool. Yeah, there's definitely one extra door. Maybe that... Oh, that's how that happened. You lowered it. There we go. And that's every enemy, so I consider that job well done. There is a secret in the middle. Maybe I'll go grab that as well. That's why all the levels need to have, you know, map pickups. So that was through there, which I activated by jumping over here, and then... I don't know when that opened up, but that's nice that that's there. So that, yeah, that's a full pickup. Yeah, exactly. That's fun. That's fun. Nice and worth it. Very nice game. Very nice. Okay, I don't think my latency is kicked in. You know what's actually really weird as well? Like, actually, no. Yeah, drop frames 2066. That's... I gotta keep an eye out on that. It's a very nice... Power control! I wish, Twitch had a... Kick actually has this feature where, like, if someone's lagging or if you want to rewind something, you can actually rewind at the hot moment. And YouTube as well. It's just Twitch. Twitch lacks... this feature where you can't like go back in the video. Anyway, it's rambling. RetroAchievements dev. So pretty much I try to figure out exactly where memory is in a game. Some systems are big endian, some systems are little endian. That just means what, you know, what order they put bytes in memory. So when you have a number that takes multiple bytes, it's like, do they put the big end of a big number first, or do they put the little end of the number first? Some consoles appear swizzled. This is just an internal term. It's not really a formal term, but it basically means that the memory is not quite big endian or little endian, but purely by the way they send it to me, as in the way that they expose it. Clearly, the Sega Saturn, which is the system I'm working with, is indeed, I believe it is little endian, but the memory is just shown in a weird order. We call this a swizzled order. There are two problems with this. One is it's very hard to find numbers, basically, because instead of, oh, you know, just look for a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you have to look for a number, in theory it'd be 3, 4, 1, 2, 5, 6. I know it's technically, that's not quite how it works because it's in hexadecimal, but that's basically like the problem, is that you'd have to internally be thinking of how do I unswizzle my numbers all the time. And then on top of that, you have things called pointers, where basically it's a, you know, it's a number in memory, but that number is the address of something else. And that address is always in a virtual address space, and if it's swizzled, it makes it really hard to actually even notice that that's what's going on. And on top of that, when you try to go reverse, so you have, you know, a value and you want to see, oh, is there a pointer pointing to it? It's like, bro, like, how do I know what's a number and what's not? What's a pointer and what's not? So, my first goal with the swizzling was basically, okay, let's have a type that's basically, because it's, you know, the reason why I say it's like little endian, big endian, is because all you really involves is that you just have to know how to read the numbers. This is a fun kind of outposty section. I do worry about these, like, yeah, these double kind of warp pads next to me. It's gonna get a bit confusing, isn't it? I don't think I've dropped any frames in a while. Yeah. Just keep an eye out. I'm keeping an eye out just in case. I don't think there was anything fancier. I've done the loop now. We're all good. That's the other one. But yeah, the reason why I treat it like it's like big endian or little endian is because, yeah, all you have to do is know that, hey, if the bytes are on, or, you know, like, they're in this order, you just need to be able to read any number as if it were in that order. So you just take the 4 bytes and you go, okay, well, that expands out like this. And that actually solves the swizzling from me trying to find values, that side. Now, RetroAchievements has additional, you know, you got to create logic to create your achievement sets, and the logic on the achievement sets requires, you know, being able to dereference pointers or just, yeah, follow a pointer, basically. Usually, you know, there's a difference between the virtual memory that the game's looking at and the address space that RetroAchievements kind of exposes. This is a bit of a precursor problem, I'll just note that, but just for note that the order in which, or the address that something appears in Retro Achievements is not necessarily the address that the game thinks it is at. Very nice. We've got a rocket launcher on map 3. Sort of most of the enemies already as well. I gotta figure out what's going on here. Jumping in the pit doesn't seem like the answer. Going along the edge of the pit, maybe. That's always fun. Man, if only I had a... Oh my gosh, I always hate Revies every time. Yeah, so, yeah, if you want to be able to say, oh, I have a pointer to something, what you have to do is that you basically read the value and then you try to apply some offset to it that sort of points it into the virtual, you know, address space or back into the Retro Achievements address space. This is sometimes referred to as the physical address, but it's a bit of a lie. It's actually not the physical address, because physical addresses don't really exist in multi-memory formats. So say, for example, there's video memory on your graphics card and system memory that's directly plugged into the, you know, the motherboard. They have different physical addresses because they clearly refer to different physical items, devices. Retro Achievements doesn't care. Retro Achievements just puts them all next to each other. Then, yeah, so in order to dereference, you just figure... Oh, hi there, by the way. Level 3, we got an arch file. Get used to arch files, man. We're gonna see like hundreds of them in Final Doom. This one is fortunately very self-contained, and he didn't even care about reviving anyone, so maybe the lucks have turned. The odds have turned. Oh boy. That's a... You didn't see that happen. That didn't happen. So yeah, so we need to, yeah, then develop the achievement sets to dereference pointers and stuff like that. You know, it happens. It's fine. That's what happens. So the second half of the problem is I can de-swizzle values locally very easily. But to put them in Retro Achievements, you have to basically introduce a new type of reading a number, and everyone needs to support that, and then everyone, you know, you need to have a format that makes sense. Swizzling is a bit iffy, because the way that the bytes are ordered is strictly only, I guess, how do I put it? As in, at address, also end of the level. At address 0, it's actually looking at the third byte of a number. At address 1, it's looking at the fourth byte. At address 2, it's looking at the first byte, and at address 3, it's looking at the second byte. And if your integer is offset by 2 bytes... I love this level, by the way. I don't know why, actually. I just have very, like, strong memories of this level. I really can't explain why. It's just, I don't know, big tech-based vibes. I've just missed them. And there's tons of these enemies in these stairwells. But yeah, you basically need everyone to know how to read those numbers. And yeah, my biggest problem is that swizzling is highly dependent on where the bytes are in memory, because you're effectively relying on this kind of its position in a stride, in a 4-byte stride, that actually changes where the swizzling takes place. So if I were to introduce a swizzle type in the Retro Achievements integration, it'd be very contextual. It sort of relies on your game, you know, putting all of its integers on that 4-byte stride. Fortunately, the set I'm working on, Hexen, does that. Unfortunately, I don't think it's very applicable to every achievement set. So I'd probably err on, it's not quite the right solution. It's not quite what we need. Also, hi. It's a very kind of cheeky kind of pit, you know? Yeah, this is where I remember these kind of diagonal sewer tunnels. And then the Hell Knight just kind of... Just that bit there. So there's that. Now, the problem I alluded to earlier is that really, the problem with the swizzling is that some achievements just expose the memory in that weird kind of swizzled format. And now, many retro achievement sets have been written assuming that the memory is like that. And some people have, unfortunately, and this is the big kind of catch. I'm not sure what I'm hearing back there. The big catch that happens is that when someone develops an achievement set and they attempt to read from, you know, a 32-bit number across 4 bytes, if they read across the swizzle stride, they will get a number that sort of, you know, shouldn't really be next. Sorry, how do I put it? Like they're reading the low 2 bytes of one number and the high 2 bytes of another number. This is a weird kind of secret area warp as well, because it's not the same secret area, I believe. Yeah. Puts you in a weird looking room, but then you go up and you're actually in a completely different room. How to make a confusing level. Yeah. It is called Wormhole. But yeah, so achievement sets sort of got written with the wrong, I guess, kind of way to read memory, and that's led to some things like, yeah, when they read a 32-bit number, they may actually be reading 32 bits that aren't meant to be next to each other. And that reason is the one reason why we can't automatically just fix it. We can't turn achievement sets into a fixed version and go on from there. Is because that one sort of catch has made it so that some achievement sets have done something that you can't guess what they actually meant to do. This is going to be a very cheeky room. Let's go from the stairs. And is that an arch vial? Keep that door open, I'm going to need that. Everyone likes a good old arch vial in a little tiny corridor, don't they? That's why the double shotty exists. Also, hi, end of the level. Oh, you got baited. It's not really the end of the level, it just kind of warps you into the other region. But I'm pretty sure that activates an actual end. How prevalent do you think? I probably wouldn't imagine too many sets would use it, because you'd probably realize that it's wrong, and you'd sort of future-proof yourself by going, let's just manually handle the 16 bits, you know, that actually work every time. I'd probably assume that's what people should do. But if there really is a 32-bit number as well, sometimes if you're on the stride and you're reading the actual 32-bit number but properly swizzled, there's some achievement sets that just correctly read, they read the number, but then they interpret it in the way that they, you know, just expect swizzled. So say, for example, if your number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you just say, oh, check that the number is 3, 4, 1, 2, 5, 6. Like, someone will do that. It technically is valid. It works fine. But it's just something that, like, I'm not too sure if you can assume what's going on. I think you could probably detect when people are reading stuff like that. But if they're doing pointer arithmetic, it starts getting very kind of annoying, very confusing. I'd probably lean towards maybe just auditing what sets people have written. The reason why it's a big problem is that you basically would need to either say, hey, the achievements use an old implementation, and you need to signal that the achievements use an old implementation, or you know, fix it from the achievement sets themselves and force everyone into the new one. 15% is still significant, because I don't know if that 15% includes, you know, Sonic the Fighters and Burning Rangers and Knights and, you know, games that, like, if tons of people, you know, say for example it's like 15% of sets, it's 15% of sets, 15% of, like, the played sets, because if it, like, favors very particular sets and those sets do it wrong, then that's not going to be a fun experience for anyone. So hi there, Staircase, and hi there, my health. I'm watching it. I say that I like this level a lot. I'm really not too sure. Gosh, it's a bit of a cozy time when you've got these torches and you can't walk around. So yeah, it's a bit of a doozy. I think it's very hard to know exactly how many sets are affected by this, and also how many sets I mean, other than the assumption of awful buffering. Ah, yeah, jeez. Oh, I'm not even connected as I'm saying this word right now. Oh, could not access the specified stream. Oh, the recording is going, but my stream flat out stopped. Do I have internet at the moment? Yeah. Oh, very odd. Awful buffering. Well, okay, he said awful buffering, and now I have nothing. And OBS won't start streaming again. I'm just gonna... I'm gonna have to continue, but for the sake of the VOD. But unfortunately, yeah, no, I have no internet at all. So... Ah, dang. I really wish I had my network stuff fixed. Because, yeah, that's a big problem. We've also had storms today in Sydney, so... The fact that it's all internal and doesn't seem to get your streamers offline... I know, I'm clicking the button. OBS doesn't know. How come I can find the VOD? How come I can figure this... How do I put this? You can't hear me right now, Fetty. But, like, why does OBS say stop recording, start streaming? Alright, I'm gonna give OBS a kick. And then, I'll be back with the VOD, so... Whoosh! Nothing happened. No one knows what happened other than I restarted my OBS and then continued very quickly. Yeah, that's gonna get very annoying if that's gonna happen the whole stream. I can't see up here. I really can't see up there at all. Are we back? We're probably back. Hold on, let me just refresh it from my other side. And, yeah. Oh, this is gonna annoy the VOD people as well because, for reference, the VOD, I just use a local recording. So whatever network stuff happens shouldn't affect anything. But, yeah, for the VOD... Yeah, like, I'm watching Twitch and it doesn't seem like it's too bad, but this is all a weird internal network thing, and I have no do what's going on, and it's kicked in real hard just then as well. Like I can't tell what's going on. It's very odd. So I'm just gonna have to wing it. You're gonna have to bear with me on the chat on the stream. Oh my gosh, I just want to be able to walk up here, but I keep walking into a lost soul, and you can't hit him when he's not on screen. Yeah, okay, so 15% of the sets, we don't know whether it affects 15% of the sets, as in from a proportion of the number of players, you know what I mean? Also, that 15% is completely cool for my bot. I have no idea. It could be 90% for all I know. It's the goal that should be done first is that it should be classified. People should figure out which sets are actually affected by this. If you don't see a set ever read a 32-bit number, there's no problem, really, at all. Also, some sets, even just normally, are doing weird stuff like that anyways. On any platform, really. I think technically the Mega Drive has swizzling as well, but you don't usually see people do pointer reads on the Mega Drive. But again, it's like, this affects a heuristic, not a heuristic, you need to properly gauge it, and I think the easiest way to properly gauge it is to probably do the double implementation method. Just have it so there's an old version, there's RetroAchievements V2, the V2 changes the memory format. If achievement sets are written for V1 or V2, V2 requires certain emulator versions, and then eventually we say, hey, new emulators need to support those versions. I think that's probably how it needs to be done. RetroAchievements has already pushed for preventing emulators that are not the, like, if they're old versions of emulators, they can deny them from the RetroAchievements server side. That's where, you know, RetroAchievements has gone, and I think that's probably for the best, because then it means that people can, effectively they can roll out new versions and then expect people to be using a new version, and then eventually we can then soft migrate sets out of using V1 into a V2. But that V2, most likely, it probably has to come along with lots more features as well. I don't think people are going to be too happy about, okay, you have to change your sets to V2, and the only difference is that we made all the memory addresses different. Like, I don't think people are going to be too happy about that, but inevitably, I think that is what needs to happen. That's sort of, you know what's going on. Basically, it's wrong. Achievement sets are written in the wrong format. and they need to be fixed. So, as for actual hexing, what's my progress so far? Also, where's the X's? In the same place? Like, I've done a loop around. I've got this going on. I've now killed all the enemies. There's... Okay, I'll double tap that. The Hexit. I think it's... I mean, it is a matter of time. I think, it's a costly problem. Because, you know, you need the foresight to get it right first go. And on top of that, you add complexity to retro achievement devs by forcing them to understand the memory formats of... Like, just work directly in the virtual memory address space of the platform you're working with. I think that's generally how it should be. This also will lend easier to Windows later on, because, or other operating systems that use virtual address spaces within an operating system, because then it means that the retro achievement set only has to work within the virtual address space of the program and not the whole operating system. That actually will simplify a bunch of things. But it does mean that the virtual address space needs to be exposed. And that's, yeah, like, that's not something that RetroAchievements supports right now. It's a matter of time. I think, yeah, having the foresight to, like, do that first go is not at all easy. Oh, I knew that there'd be enemies around there, and I just goofed myself there. But at the end of the day, it is going to sort itself out. Eventually, the RetroAchievements devs will go, in terms of how much value we can deliver in the amount of time we have, what is the most valuable play. Eventually, this will sort itself out, but I think that there's going to be the hitch of swizzling pointers in games is just kind of iffy. It's not that massive a blocker as well, to be fair. There's not a lot of games where it's like, oh, you know, you can't do it. You can't do what you want to do because of the swizzling. It's like, hi, I would like to go down the stairs. I just constantly keep touching this guy who's just stuck here. Seriously, that's very irritating that I just can't go on. Hold on. Just because he was there. Okay, I've killed nearly all the enemies. Why is the exit not exposed? Is it because I keep walking up to the switch? Oh no. It's just because I hadn't flicked the one important line death. Okay, sure. I say I like this level. I love this level. Okay. I'll go with the kills. Hangar 18, I know too much. I lost some, yeah. Are they already dev team? They are 100% aware of the issue. I don't think they're aware of my... I mean, I don't have a solution. I have a, like, it's a long-term kind of idea, but people, when they suggest stuff, it's like, it basically tends towards this. It's like, it's warped. I don't think you can duct tape it. I think you basically have to wait until you RetroAchievements veto it. I don't think there's an easy fix at all for this. If there is an easy fix, I would love to hear it. So, I'm not gonna discount people who do that, but it's a lot of work. It's well beyond what I'm capable of really contributing. Best I can say is this is sort of how I feel as a dev, and that's where I go with the hexen. I wouldn't even say proposed solution. I'd say that's like a very just tentative idea. Don't commit to what I'm saying. I think this is like definitely a way to do it, and certainly the way that feels the most semantically correct. But that's kind of it. Gosh, this enemy's all the way over there, and that's a door. Can I see what's happening over there? Because I'd really love to be able. Okay, well at least a wall helps. But yeah, so Hexen, what's the game plan? So what I've found out is that Hexen, well, not what I found out, but one thing that Hexen is incredible, but also like, ooh, when it comes to developing a RetroAchievement set, is that Hexen has a scripting language. So unlike many Doom engine games, Hexen introduces a thing called ActionScript, or otherwise known as ACS. ActionScript is basically a bytecode, so it is technically compiled, but it's just taking instructions and turning them into the values for the instructions, which is technically compiled, but it's very straightforward. It's not doing anything too weird like modern computers are, where it simplifies and optimizes things. It's like, no, it takes what you said and does it in bytecode. Hi, I feel like I'm in E2 M10 right now. What if I wondered, you know? It's just like, oh, okay. And they're teleporting. That's a good sign. It's another chain gun? Yes. Yes. Yeah, okay. But yeah, no, it's got this byte code. This byte code maintains several variables, but the variables aren't like... It's not like everything uses the action script variables. It's just like a handful of things. But it allows it to do some things that you can't quite do in the Doom engine. For example, there's a very simple example where the you have to pull 2 switches in order to open like a door. And instead of, you know, in Doom you can't do that specifically. You can't open a door with 2 switches. You have to basically have 2 doors that are back to back, basically. So basically, you can have functionally similar things, but you can't have like the exact thing that they wanted to do. So they've got that basically. They've got a scripting language that lets you do that. Very simple stuff, but lets you do things like that. Every map contains its own scripts, and every map also contains its own map variables. The map variables. I have found the block of memory that contains the currently loaded map variables. But I don't know where the... was that a switch? No, that's just a... I thought they were going to be cheeky on me, but no. I need some health. This is going to get a bit perilous. Don't know what that was. Given that I found all 3 secrets, I'm really not sure, but... Okay. Hi, I might just rush directly for this. And then I might rush directly out. But yeah, so they've got these variables. I've found the bit where, yeah, depending on the map on the map you've loaded, I can actually find all these variables. And fortunately, all the variables are integers. So it's just this, like, big block of 32-bit numbers, which is very nice. I don't actually have to interpret the scripting itself, because the scripts are, so far, identical to they are on PC. Except for some odd reason I found one bug where instead of saying 1/3 of the puzzle on the 7 portals is solved, at least so far I've only looked at the 7 portals, it says 1/2. It uses the wrong string and I don't know why. But the puzzle does what it should, which is it still opens up 1/3. This is curious that this is only here for a kind of interesting room and not a key or anything. Unplayable. Oh yeah, absolutely unplayable. Can't believe it. There's... How am I meant to play this game when I got the wrong number of Okay, how do I get up here? Oh. Ah. Oh, I was like, hold on, wait, that's not gonna crush me. I wonder if it's teleport onto the ledge from the back room. Interesting little kind of cooked map. Okay, let's just wander out and see what's going on out here. So we made this courtyard really dark for some reason. Like, really dark. And then we put pinkies. Why is it this dark? It was a dark and stormy night. Yeah, I need a yellow key. Yellow. Okay, interesting. But yeah, so I've sort of just been going through each map and trying to figure out where the action script makes sense taking the action scripts decompiled from the DOS version and then basically just kind of cross-referencing it for the Saturn version, which seems to be the case. And you can activate a cheat menu in the game that, 1, lets you teleport to any map you want, so that's nice and convenient, and then 2, also let you execute any arbitrary script you want. So, well, at least on the map that you're on. But that means that, like, you can basically test, hey, is this the script that raises this platform and ups this number by 1? And the answer is usually yes. It lines up exactly. So that's nice. I want to say the scripts also include all the special checks for checking that you're in deathmatch, because there's quite a bunch of them where the map itself needs to have things move in order to make sense for deathmatch. So they've got that going on. I keep wandering into the same kind of corridors, and that's not healthy for my well-being. So there's a bunch of that. I have no idea how to actually even be in deathmatch in Hexen, but yeah, sure. Oh, okay. Well, that's convenient. I figured that one out. Just had to kind of know that the darker walls were switches, and then specifically that one would work. So okay, I found a blue switch, so I will use that. Hold on, wait a minute as well. There we go. That I was like, hold on, wait. I noticed that notch on the map. There we go. That'll help a ton. So there's little secret rooms in this room. Like if I just go up here and I try to interact with that wall. Ah. It's not even a... Oh. Hi there. That's not even a secret. That's just the enemies hiding in the walls. They're in the walls. But yeah, so there's a lot of testing, and probably it's a bit overkill because I don't think you really need to plot out all the map vars. I also have no idea where they persist between maps. Obviously, when you leave a map in Hexen and you come back, all the map's content is saved, and that's the reason why the game uses more than half a memory card in order to save. But in memory, I don't know where the values are hiding. I put in my own arbitrary number, and then I just cannot seem to find it at all in memory. Even thinking that it's converted into a byte unswizzled version or anything like that. Nope, it's just... it's gone. It's not a string. It's not a... like... hopefully it's not converted into a float and converts back, but... hey, you know, won't rule it out. So I don't know. So I can't tell where the variables are reduced to atoms, true. So I can't tell where the variables go afterwards, but I think I might be fine. I think I might be fine. There's this is a terrifying ledge. Holy crap. Also, the lightning is still going, so I don't know if you're ever going to hear out the lightning. I will just attribute my network to the lightning, but I know that's not true, and like my drop frames is awfully high still. Like, even after restarting, and it's only been 16 minutes. It's like, yep, 2.5% have been dropped. I think that's over a few bursts. I think I gotta launch this. I think I gotta launch this barrel sequence right here. No, they're all independent. Oh, that's just cheeky. Okay, cool. Red key. This is a... someone's gonna open up behind me. Hi there. Are these Hell Knights or just Barons, I think? What is he aiming at? That's not an Archie, was it? I don't know if that was an Archie. Anyway, I think it just wants me to go back to the beginning. Last time lightning. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. We've had some wild lightning over the past, like, few, weeks in, Sydney, which is quite odd. Open season. I'm glad I missed with the barrels. So, hi there. I do think the chain gunner positioning is sometimes a bit awkward, because chain gunners will just destroy you from a fair distance. Duck season, rabbit season. But yeah, so Hexen progress, there's still a fair bit of investigation to go. This is going to be a very interesting achievement set from me, because usually a lot of my bigger sets have been do the same thing but across lots of levels, or maybe track the same thing across lots of levels. But this gives me a very, very good opportunity to make achievements that are strictly based on very particular map variables. And I think this actually will be a very fun achievement set to make simple, but fairly every achievement does its own thing kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see how that scales. The one thing I really want to find out, and wow, this is a dark level. The one thing I really want to find out is where do things activate and deactivate, because I really want to know when you pick up very particular items. How do I manage the swizzle? Oh, I'm probably just going to do, like, take 16 bits, add, or like take the more significant 16 bits, add 65,536, and then take the least significant 16 bits, which is reverse ordered. Or as in like, just do it like that. You can very easily handle the swizzling in your achievement set by doing that. It's never a blocker. It's never a blocker like that. Oh, so I hope not. I think the only thing that it can be a blocker is if like... No, it shouldn't be a blocker. I'm very certain you can even find an address. Actually, no, yeah, sorry. If you got a linked list, it starts to get a bit iffy because basically you can't follow a pointer chain. You have to basically recompute the pointer chain every time you do a step. So it does get iffy on pointer chains. I do worry I have a linked list on my hands because I see an address, I then see an address, I then see an address, I see an address, and I'm like, oh boy, where am I following? But I also don't know if I need to go there. But yeah, I want to be able to track what things you've gotten on the level. So if I pick up like this armor right here, there's no armor on screen, but if there was armor right there. Say I pick up that health pack. I want to know that you've picked up that health pack. It should theoretically be the exact same thing no matter what Doom game I'm using, other than it certainly persists. But yeah, I'll try and figure that out. Because, for example, there's a armor, there's a helmet on the very first level of the game. I didn't even know. I was looking it up. I was like, holy crap, there's a helmet on this first level. So you can get that, and I'm like, I really want to like reward the player for finding items because there's no hard secrets in Hexen. And there's one thing that I do wish the achievement sets that currently exist for the PlayStation and the Nintendo 64 versions did, and that's something more than get to like level, or get to level on certain difficulty, or get to level as certain character. Well, okay, so it needs to be fixed later. Anytime you're using pointers, it needs to be fixed later. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. But what you can do is try to reduce your use of 32-bit numbers unless you actually know what you're doing with the 32-bit numbers. Not actually know what you're doing, because that sounds elitist, but you know what I mean? Where it's like, you need to make sure that you're using a 32-bit number not across like a swizzle boundary, which is fairly easy to do. It's just making sure that people aren't doing that, because it's very easy to, like, for people to accidentally do that. My first achievement sets probably did, you know, a lot of the wrong things as well. Like, I'm probably reading pointers and then I just, or like reading integers and I go, oh, there you go, integer, easy. And it's like, that's a pointer. You're just doing a bit of math on the pointer all of a sudden. People will probably point that out with my original achievement sets. I'll also just say no one's perfect. I'm not saying I'm better than other people. I really want to make that clear, because some people sometimes take statements, and I completely get why they take them like that, but it's just like, oh, just for no, this is just me trying to figure things out, and I really want like the best. I really want like, you know, making sure that we don't have, that's what I get for trying to open the map. But I really want achievement sets that, like, you know, stand the test of time and aren't, oh, so I've got a yellow key. Where did the yellow key go? There's a red door up there. The cacos are coming in through the walls. There was the yellow key. No. Oh, the yellow key was at the end here, wasn't it? Or was that the red? The big walk. You gotta go around this whole room. I think it was red. Okay. Yeah. Where's the yellow? Where's the yellow door? Yeah, exactly. Because ultimately, the big problem is that every emulator needs to implement a very, very particular, oh, it's the TNT wall. Every emulator needs to implement a very, very particular mapping of memory. And if they ever want to show any memory that isn't supported, that's a fair bit of work. Basically, everyone has to conform to a RetroAchievement standard. I don't think that's ideal. What it really should be is that RetroAchievements is written against the console, because all sets are written against consoles anyways. That should be really what it is. So, swizzling is just a symptom of this problem. Some emulators did it wrong. RetroAchievements went with it. All the achievement sets are written based on that error, and now you can't fix it. And I generally say any emulated console that doesn't have... Where am I going? any emulated console that doesn't have its memory mapped quite very nicely as well, it also just has the same problem. So same thing as well with the Saturn while we're at it, is that the working RAM starts with address like 06, and obviously the RetroAchievements physical memory, air quotes, doesn't go to 06 at the beginning. It sort of stops. I mean, it's only 2 megabytes, so it stops very soon. So that address, it's like, oh, it'd be really easy to just always work in 06, you know? It's just like, well, clearly the console thinks in that space. Consoles can change their memory banks and memory mapping, so it's not it's not the most foolproof solution, but it's certainly, I think, closer to where we'd want it to be. And I think that's what needs to happen, is that we just need to, like, you know, after years of RetroAchievement experience, I don't have years, I have 1 year, and I haven't made that many sets, so I've only really been like thinking about this problem for that amount of time. So I believe that opens the TNT door. It's one more enemy. You know what that means? Every time. I'm not even bothering. Okay, Prison. You fought your way out of the infested experimental labs. It seems that UAC has once... Is it UAC or VAC? I always keep mixing it up. Has once again gulped it down with their high turnover. It must be hard for poor old UAC to buy corporate health insurance nowadays. Ahead lies the military complex, now swarming with disease horrors, hot to get their teeth into you. With luck, the complex still has some warlike ordnance laying around. So, so now enters the next set of levels. The prison. Everyone likes a good prison level. I feel like a prison level probably has lots and lots of little tiny grunts everywhere. Coming out... Oh, that's not a little grunt. That's not a little grunt. Yeah, it's a big scenario. Best I can do is make some tooling that helps it easier for people to identify pointers, I guess. If that's convenient, we can actually merge that in, because you can, in the RetroAchievements integration, make a change that... I'm worried about this wall going down. You can make a change where it's like, and high pain elemental. You can do the memory types that only apply to the actual memory inspector and not the actual achievement sets. So in theory, that only affects devs, and that's very easy to just like keep supporting. So I'd be cool with that being an option if it makes people's lives easier. I would need to add unit tests to that I've made, but in theory, yeah, sure. It is a U. I wasn't going nuts. This is some fun, just 90s MIDI, you know? It's very fun. Well, that's half of the items on the level, just chilling back there. I'm free! I've broken out of the prison! Alright, let's get rid of all the hit scanners, because this is obnoxious. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so anyway, that's enough of that. I'll do more work experimenting on it, but I feel like I've actually put in... and I really do like this about RetroAchievements Dev, or I love and I hate this. I do like learning about new games, but I honestly feel my best sets are when I know the game. I know Hexen. I know what I'm looking for. I really know what kind of set I want to make, and all it involves is figuring out the Saturn version, basically, and realizing that my work is not cut out for me because people haven't preemptively figured out the scripting, which probably exists on the other console ports. But they've done it that way. Maybe what I can do as well is I can actually boot up the Nintendo 64 version and try and cross-reference, try and go, ooh, does it run the way I expect it to? Do the variables show up? Four lost souls chilling in the room. Oh yeah. So anyway, that's enough of the Hexen talk. I feel like we'll get around to it. But my goal is hopefully to release the Hexen set before I finish. Well, yeah, I think I have until like early April. So basically, by the time I'm done with this whole Doom playthrough in a few weeks. Yeah, it should be an advancement. I don't think it should really take me specifically. Like, I don't think I've really found anything too massive. It's just kind of doing a bit of work to like build some tooling that works for me, and then hopefully sharing that and just seeing if that works. Anyways, I've got a few other topics. I'm now going to say the most controversial thing of the whole stream. Happy Super Bowl. I hope your team won, and that would have made like half of the world just go, how could you? Because they were very upset, man. They were blaming the refs. I didn't watch the actual Super Bowl, so I don't know the specifics, but I just know people on my timeline were not very happy about the result. Yeah, I know. I remember when growing up, a lot of people would talk about like, oh, the ads of the Super Bowl were the big thing. I don't know if that applies now. Everybody won. That true. Tay-Tay did get booed. Also, Sup Levy. I did see Tay-Tay got booed. I don't know. Listen, I do think Taylor Swift is overrated. I don't think she's bad, although I could potentially. I see people attributing to she made an. I think it was Instagram. It's always Instagram, isn't it? Like basically a post saying, well, like she likes a certain political candidate and she's the crazy cat lady we should be worried about. I don't know if that's the quote. I do think that she's like incredibly overrated. Like, I listened to what would have been Dead Poets, not Society, whatever her newest album was from last year, and I was like, man, this is very below average, very just. But I do like Folklore, the second of those two albums. I really do like that album. So I'd say those ones are notable, just those two albums. I think 1989 is also a solid album, and there's some like, you know, hey, she's got some hits from her older stuff as well. So I think that's okay. I think you know, Love Story is just like a very above average punchy kind of pop song. So I'd accept that one. But yeah, I don't think she's like, you know, she's not like a she's not like a Kate Bush. She's not like a Paul McCartney. I don't listen to. I feel like a lot of the top Joanna Newsom. Yeah, sure, yeah. I don't think a lot of the top selling artists are exactly the best artists, and I don't think that's ever going to be the case. Same thing with video games. We're never going to see the best selling video games be the best video games most of the time. Usually, you should see a good cream of the crop rise up, but then obviously people will. I don't know. It's always weird. But yeah, no, I don't mind Taylor Swift. Yeah, GTA 5 is a pretty good game, and it's absolutely insane how much money GTA 5 has made. So I will say that. I have been wandering around and I don't quite know where I'm going. I do see a switch there. Let's see if we can hit that switch. Rick Astley. Oh, I'd love for a Rick Astley halftime show. I'd love for. There's lots. I know some people were also riffing on Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick Lamar is one where I haven't listened to enough of. Oh, by the way, that's a mean like just positioning of the barrels right there. Hi, I would like to. There you go. Just. Oh my gosh, what a curious room! Because now I got to run over to the other side. And that's only open for a little bit of time. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I hear he's really good, and I go on Rate Your Music a ton, and Kendrick Lamar is very, very credited on Rate Your Music. You know, like I'm pretty sure To Pimp a Butterfly is the top album on that site. Unfortunately, I'm a King Crimson fan, so I got a few on the top as well, chilling there, or at least my artist that I follow is got a few on the top. The King Crimson is no more, so that's what it is. That's what it do be. So I've listened to a few Kendrick songs, but I don't know if it like exactly is my thing. I do try to appreciate kind of hip hop and stuff like that, but I can't exactly tell you what makes hip hop amazing and what makes it not amazing. I do like this is gonna be a one. I do like a lot of 90s West Coast. Maybe no, East Coast. East Coast. We're an East Coast gang. There was one album from I think 2023, and there's a follow-up album in 2024 by two dudes, and it's very reminiscent of that 90s period of hip-hop, and I do want to give that a listen. I forgot the name of the album. 2 words, 2 dudes on the cover, very dressed in the vibe that they're going for. Hi, I would like to... What did I just open up then? Why am I trapped down here? Oh, don't tell me I just quick save down here and I can't go back up. Oh, snap. No, 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 no. Quick save. What time is the electrician? Oh, I don't know when the electrician's coming, but I assume my connection lagged a ton just then as well, again. I'm the electrician when it comes to this. I did done goof. Yeah, I did done goof. I've got the freaking... I mean, okay, listen, I could just no clip and we move on, because the only thing that matters is achievements. And listen, the achievement just says you beat freaking the episode. I'm pretty sure you can do it. But yeah. And the worst part, that's most of the way through the level as well. So, stuff it, stuff it. No one saw that. No one saw that. Listen, I am gonna. I do think that it is a bit of a beginner's trap to like have pits where you can't get out of, and especially one like that where it's like you've got the switch chilling there at the bottom of the pit. Like you rely on that moving down, which by the way didn't move down from this side. Am I missing a side def? No. Okay, I'm just an idiot. Okay, and I've just violated achievement, so hooray. Am I an idiot? I think I'm an idiot. I was like, hold on. I swear I interacted with that. Maybe it was jammed on someone. Maybe. I feel like such an idiot, because that's just like, what, did you try the door? Did you try the thing blocking you? I know, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So I'll have to play this legit in the meantime then. It's just a no clip, man. It's like, yeah. No. Anyways, yeah, what was the big thing I wanted to say with the Super Bowl? Nothing actually. I wanted to talk about game journalism. Time to restart the whole bro, I'm not Do you know how many times I've had to restart the VOD already, man? This is gonna be a bit of a chaotic one for maybe not for editing. Actually, I had a weird one where yeah, the level was right there. Heavy metal or just regular metal. Yeah, I don't know why when the internet connection died, it was like OBS started saying like, oh, the connection could be resumed, but then the button to start the stream would never process, and I had to just close the whole thing again. I was like, oh. So that's gonna show up in the VOD, but that's oh. I didn't say this was going to be a short stream, by the way. I mean, we are on at map 8, so we are halfway, but I think these are going to tend closer to 3 hours than, you know, 2, but eh. But yeah, no, the one thing I wanted to talk about was game journalism, and in particular, by the way, new texture, whoa! In particular, how do we talk about? Association, we'll say. Association by money. Because I think I've been seeing a lot of claims of certain journalist publications, and some of these are gaming-oriented, and some of these are not gaming-oriented, but they do occasionally talk about games if it's a big cultural point. I think two newspapers of note are the New York Times and Politico in the US. And they've been noticed under a recent government venture, because of a recent government change, that this has been a big priority, to identify, federal funding. Where is this federal funding coming from? Dark rooms, man. Seriously, why are there so many dark rooms in this? I don't recall there being this many dark rooms as well. Oh boy, when you see a room like this, you're like, bring it on. Bring it on. I want to just bring it on. Do I have to hit a switch? Hit a door? Someone is going to appear in this room. It comes from the laundromat. Well, true, yeah. I mean, there's... Who knows where a lot of the money exactly came from. I mean, the US government can basically just pay for anything, really, which is... It's always a fun, just like, part of governments. Oh, hi. But yeah, there's various millions of dollars went to funding certain publications, and those publications, thought that was going to show up. Those publications have written things about ye olde famous topic. It's been 10.5 years. Good old Gamergate, which I will forever keep mentioning as a point of a bit of an important point in at least my kind of journalism experience. How much I've involved myself in like paying attention and reading it. But basically, a lot of people on my timeline are putting 2 and 2 together about how Gamergate was funded by the US government as a sort of disinformation campaign. That is a lot of claim, so I won't exactly say that's the case, but I also won't rule that out. We gotta figure it out together. Man, there's a lot of hit scanners in this room, isn't there? Crazy amount of hit scanners. But certainly, it brings me to an interesting point of government conspiracy. And for one, I saw a person saying, "Oh, it's just video games. Like, why should it matter?" Or like, it's just video games. Like, don't worry too much. But I think that kind of behavior is exactly like the reason why people are finding things get sort of ruined is maybe a harsh word, but certainly like changed for not the better. Like I guess it's a lot of video games that people feel haven't exactly gotten better because of recent, I guess, pushes in the game industry. And some of those pushes come from studies that aren't exactly legit, and some of those come from news articles which give polls that aren't exactly well sampled. Not to say, I'm sort of picking and choosing. It's not like there's a real consistent standard I've got. It's like, just keep your wits about you. Like, when someone claims that a certain thing is a certain way, always, sort of vet it yourself somewhat. Try and go like, okay, well, what are people actually, like, really saying? If there's a large amount of people in opposition to a certain claim or a certain article, this is going to be fun. Then it's always good to note what's going on there, I guess. But yeah, like, in theory, if we're going to say, hey, these publications wrote negative things about people during the Gamergate, kind of movement, and then also these people, also interesting when people chase the payroll and they understand, like, who's paying for what, like, who are still the people paying, who are still the people working. There's always interesting kind of threads going on there. So sometimes you'll see someone who wrote negative things about Gamergate at the time of Politico suddenly now works for a certain other company that maybe heavily is involved in the federal payroll or something like that. Like there's stuff like that. So when they write articles about, oh, how could the US government do this one thing, and it's like, oh, bro, like you literally get paid by them. Like, not saying you're wrong, but saying you clearly have an interest in seeing this like satisfy, so keep an eye out for that. That's probably a bit of a politics take. It's all relying on a US government move, but I still feel like the sentiment holds true, and don't let one singular source tell you how to think or how to feel about something, whether that be a journalist, whether that be a rando on Twitter, whether that be me. Although I would say, hey, if there's one thing you take from what I'm saying, it's like, just bet things for yourself. I don't know, it sort of just feels like it's very easy to get sucked up into stuff. And that's what I sort of was during the Gamergate kind of movement. I started seeing originally articles about certain things, and I had certain beliefs because I just sort of saw 2 articles say things, or I put my faith entirely in one kind of publication, and then suddenly it's like, yeah, like, people have counter opinions, and then it's very easy to immediately, like, get swept up in those counter opinions and think that the counter opinions are just the true thing because everyone on Twitter says it. There's so many people who feel this way. I should feel it too. And not that the truth is somewhere in between, but usually the truth is really like somewhere that you feel, which I know sounds harsh, but it's like, I know that there's like an objective truth. There's like a flat up, like, you know, a real thing that happens in time. How do I phrase this in a way that makes sense? Believe what you want to believe, and as long as it comes from a somewhat consistent view, I'd say that's quite valid. And generally, trust your gut. Don't, you know, I think there's a phrase, you know, don't, where are they shooting from? Is there a ledge right there? I cannot tell that there's a ledge there. But yeah, sometimes people will say like, oh, don't believe your lying eyes, like as a sort of jest towards like when people go like, you see a thing, but like, oh, you know, the studies show otherwise, or stuff like that. Trust your gut. Your gut's always got a lot of good, I'm wandering back to where I was, and I've picked up a red key, but I have no idea where there's a red door. What a weird door as well there. Oh, duh, I'm just like blatantly looking at it right there. But yeah, no, I thought that's worth mentioning because yeah, I always find it's very easy to start getting, you know, for people to get riled up in the sort of nice texture. I love these TNT textures. That as well. Little tape reels. What year is it? Are we in the future? Oh my gosh, massive room. Okay. Oh boy, massive room. Hit scanners teleporting everywhere. You got chain gunners who are chilling in the wings, just getting hot shots everywhere. Gosh, this is like such a slow shot as well. I gotta somehow aim up and hit this guy. There you go. Now I gotta somehow aim up and hit that guy. Seriously, it's like, ugh. I was on full health before I walked into that room, and now it's like, yep, it's all gone. Gosh, so much. But that leads me to another article, or an interesting video I saw. This was by a guy, I think I've mentioned him before, called Threat Interactive. Threat Interactive seems to be just a guy. That guy may potentially be just as young as me. I don't know who he is, really. But he makes these fairly interesting videos that are a little bit interestingly edited. I'll definitely say that. He's got some audio things with his mic he's got to sort out, but that's, I think, a very superficial kind of point. Okay, I'm getting hit scanned by that guy up there, I think. Oh, but I can't hit him. He keeps walking. He keeps walking. I think that got him. Okay, no more hit scanners. We're set. Maybe. Oh, dang. Alright. But yeah, he's got this very interesting video about how NVIDIA is... how does he put it? Also, I like how this lift just activates it both ways. Oops. But he's got this video about how NVIDIA basically... Oh my gosh. Sort of... how is it? Other graphics card companies sort of do NVIDIA's work for them by effectively selling their products. Pretty much NVIDIA's main strat is that they implement well, they have, as he puts it, NVIDIA has a vision. NVIDIA definitely has a way that they want to make game graphics look in the future. And that vision, people may not necessarily agree with, but it certainly is a vision that exists. That vision involves AI and upscaling and all that stuff to effectively deliver that real-time ray tracing experience. Now, my personal opinions of that Monopoly, well, yeah, we'll get into that as well. But my personal opinions is that I don't love the current ray tracing performance overhead. I think that there's lots of games, and as he sort of puts in the video, there's lots of games which is this going to go up? I hear something go down. I don't know if that's where I'm standing, but I assume something needs to go up. Fake frame, yeah, fake frames is always the fun catchphrase, and yeah, I don't really love the vision. And my easy example is, did you know that you can run Dirt 3 at 8K on lots of graphics cards? Like today? Like, Dirt 3 is a game that came out in 2011. It's not that new of a game, but it's certainly a fairly decent looking game. I'd say it looks pretty fine. It obviously looks like 2011 in terms of the asset quality, but the fact that this game scales to such an insane resolution on lots of graphics cards is actually quite impressive. The fact that, like, we're running the 4090 and we're testing it at 16K on the 4090, let alone the 5090, by the way. You know, it's a very neat game. I'm pretty sure we could probably do the same thing for maybe Dirt Rally as well. That game isn't, you know, it's from 2015. It's not too old. But suddenly, you know, here's a great example. Black Myth Wukong does not run on anything weaker than a 4070 at like 60 FPS, or even like 30. You at least at 1440p. They don't make games like they used to. Well, exactly. And the main thing that he grills in this video, partially a lot of just Unreal bashing. I think that's a bit par for the course, but also that's kind of fun though. I'm expecting a so high. Every time, there's always like a little cupboard with just like one monster in it. There we go. Very nice, by the way. I'm glad I'm on 12 health, just so I can die in one go. This is going to be a doozy, isn't it? I didn't say this pack was going to be easy. This certainly is going to test the wheat from the chaff. The end of the level is right there, so at least it's that. Let's see, can I scooch out? Cheeky lads. Cheeky lads. Cheeky lads. But yeah, there's a lot of Unreal bashing because I think there's a lot of, and he says in the video as well, there's a lot of techniques and technologies in Unreal that isn't generally applicable. Things like Nanite he criticizes as it's great for destructible environments with dynamic lighting, so Fortnite. It's not great in non-destructible environments where you could just bake the lighting, or static lighting, which doesn't need anything dynamic at all. It saves time from the developer's standpoint. The level's already going at it, by the way. Oh my gosh, there's tons of enemies. I think I remember dying a ton at the beginning of this level, because it's just like 50 million hit scanners, and it's just like, you just gotta run for it. I think this is the map 1 music again, though, I will note. Okay, 297 enemies, by the way. The enemy counts are very high. But they do like their hit scanners, so... Also, these are deactivated enemies. This is a strat that they didn't really use in the regular Doom levels, but it basically is, when you push them a certain way, they don't do anything and they don't take damage for some reason. People have treated this to be deactivating enemies. You'll see this happen. Yeah, finally, blood levels of enemy counts as well. Blood levels of secret counts as well while we're at it. 11. Very nice. I know, I just undid a bit of progress. There we go. That's some clean double-shotty gameplay right there. There we go. But yeah, he criticizes a lot of things. I think the general sentiment is that there's lots of graphics techniques that are being used in lots of games these days, like modern games, that are just like, it's so overkill. You don't need to render graphics like that. It is unoptimized in the sense of people won't notice if you do it better. And I think that's kind of a key thing, is that if there's a lot of optimization to be had, then let's... could not access the specified channel or stream key. We died. We died again. We died again. Do I do... Restart the stream. Ugh. We're back to part 2. I think technically this is the third part. This is the third time it's back. Man. This is also going to be fun as well, because usually when I'm doing subtitles, I just take the audio feed, you know, cut out the right... Or take the audio from the video, cut out the right point, and then just like go on. The fact that now it's like hinging on my editing is like, ugh, I gotta render the editing. It's not the worst, it's just like, oh. It's a bit of work. I gotta edit the video and then I can throw the subtitles on. But yeah, various graphic techniques that you don't need to do in your games. And, because it's like, yeah, you're not actually really needing those features or techniques. Load again, sorry. But yeah, those, wow, immediately dropping tons of frames as well. Like, I just see the drop frames really high. I mean, listen, the network lasts for kinda long enough. But kinda long enough isn't, like, perfect. And I really want to just go like, you know, like last week, it's like I went like a 4.5 hour stream, no problem. But here it's like, oh, if I gotta keep stopping and starting, it's just pain. So I need to figure that out. That's gonna be absolute pain, but I can't figure it out midstream. The worst part is that I spent all of this afternoon trying to figure it out. It's like I saw it, tried to fix it, couldn't really diagnose exactly where it was even happening, and now it's all coming to bite me. Oh well. But yeah, so yeah, games use rendering techniques that they don't need to use. It's inefficient. You don't need to do inefficient techniques. If people don't notice that you've even done the technique, is it worth it to do it the expensive way? I think inevitably ray tracing is a means to get to the more realistic in terms of you are really simulating it graphics. But people do not care about realistic graphics. They care about good-looking graphics. People do not question that in Hollywood movies, there is a guy carrying a giant light. Every single shot, every single scene, there's always lighting specifically placed to make the shot look good. People don't care that that's not realistic. People want good looking. And video games need to understand that fun lighting or good lighting in terms of like, hey, things are well lit or things have a fun style to them is way more important than realism. Now that's not to say that we shouldn't push for ray tracing. Ray tracing is obviously something, realistic is unrealistic. People don't know what even is real. Like, people, you know what I mean? It's just like when people say like, oh, what do you want in graphics? It's like, they're gonna say the wrong thing. They really don't know what they like. They're gonna, if you point to them examples of things they like, they'll rarely choose the most realistic looking thing. They'll choose, ooh, was that a Viz playing Clash? Ooh. Oh, we're doing it again. Because that's technically a door. But he hasn't textured the wall here. That's a really weird feeling right there as well. He's basically missed the walls on the texture, and so the floors tried to render in where it needs to render. But it looks so weird, doesn't it? Also, thank you, Renderer, for doing it the same way. Gosh, by the way, there's no health on this map, is there? Because I can't step out, because I'm just going to get nailed by some hit scanners again. Okay, I didn't take a hit there. Also, I see the stream buffering. I'm dropping bajillions of frames at that point in time. Ugh. Gosh, it's not going to be a fun stream for anyone watching live, is it? I apologize, people who are watching live. This is a very odd occurrence. Blame Telstra. Can I blame Telstra? I did that once. I blamed them when I was doing Toy Story 2. One of the earlier streams I did. I said blame Telstra, even though I wasn't even on Telstra. And like their Twitter was like hounding me. They were like, bro, you said blame us. Like, what do you mean by that? And I was like, well, hound isn't right term. They sent 2 tweets. And I was like, bro, I'm not even with you. It's fine, don't worry. Anyway, so he goes on about the video about stuff. The conspiracy that he mentions, and I say it as a theory, and I only say conspiracy as in it involves conspiration in order to work the way that it does. This is level 9, so we've still got, I mean, including this one, there's 9 levels to go, but we are an hour and a half in, so I don't think this is going to be a 4-hour stream. It's not going to be 4 hours, but could hit 3. This is a very iffy kind of area to come up as well. Or to just hit switches. Okay, I have no idea where those switches are going, but I assume I've triggered a thing. So yeah, so his main point of potential conspiracy is that NVIDIA NVIDIA basically heavily push for technologies to be used in their games. They sponsor titles, they do, you know, sort of the free advertising. They do lots of stuff to basically push for these titles to be, you know, adopted in the way that they are. I was on a decent amount of health just then. Every time. They push for the titles to be adopted, and then those adopted titles get to use the technologies. Or, I mean, anyone can use the technologies, but the adopted titles must use them. Those adopted titles will generally, you know, use the techniques, use the whatever, and then those implementations are, how would I say, they're very borderline. They're very, like, you know, graphics cards almost should be doing these for games, but not quite. It's kind of odd. But things like, like the frame generation, it's like, it's kind of almost there, but not quite. I don't know. And then other companies basically, so particularly AMD, scramble around to sort of do what NVIDIA did, but cheaper, which in the video he says, which means worse, which I like. That's a fun dig, but sure, yeah. And then there we go. This is exactly where I need to be. Is there going to be a guy who's? No, I've already done that. Okay, cool. Why would I hit the switch? Is it just so I can do a run there to land on that? Is that for a secret? Probably not. Alright, red key. Red key. Where does the red key go? Because this doesn't look like a red key. This is just like a door that only half opens up. And down here didn't look like a red key because this just looked like walls. And still enemies just chilling up here. This connects to a blue key door. What's acceptably worse? Yeah, so, well, acceptably worse is arguable as well, because things like FSR1 is just, like, not acceptable at all. That's like, if you used FSR1, I'm sorry. FSR2 was better. FSR3 was, just the frame generation, kind of update. It didn't actually do anything. Again, we got 8 minutes. We got 8 minutes in. I'm doing my backup strat, which is if my Ethernet connection is the bit that's iffy, I'm on Wi-Fi now. I have turned off my Ethernet, and we're just on the Wi-Fi. I have a Wi-Fi mesh router directly next to me, so I don't think that's a problem. And it also Ethernet connects back to the other side of, like, my house. It doesn't do anything that weird. But it is kind of annoying that this has to keep happening. I'm just going to commit. We're going to keep going, because otherwise I'm never going to be able to beat this stream on time. Well, hopefully I don't get any network drop on Wi-Fi, because if so, that isolates one thing, which is it's something to do with my wired link to the thing that's directly next to me, as opposed to the wireless link to the thing directly next to me. I have a red keycard. I need to somehow figure out what we do with a red keycard. I hit a switch. The switch had lowered that briefly. I see the red in there. Can I wander in here from here? Oh, wait, I was here already. Yeah, okay. Wait. Okay, I figured it out. Okay. That's a red switch. Just a switch. Now you gotta figure out what that switch did. I assume, yeah, the other half of this wall. Okay, now we're in. Okay, we're making bacon. We're making progress. Okay, blue key. Anyway, so yeah, so FSR1, real rough quality. I apologize to anyone who used that. Even if I didn't work on FSR1, it wasn't me. It wasn't my fault. But everything has still been catching up to NVIDIA. We've consistently been in a period where NVIDIA's has had problems, and then AMD comes out, and it's got the problems, but it's been 2 years, and NVIDIA's now fixed it, but they've got new problems, or new things they've got to fix. And, oh my gosh, we hit 2 minutes. You're kidding me. 2 minutes? 2 minutes? Oh, I can't keep restarting this mod. Oh my gosh. Alright, take 3, or whatever, take 5, I don't know. I've switched to mobile internet. Now we're trying to rule out the house. I'm just on mobile at this point, I don't care. Okay, so, FSR3, it's all chasing NVIDIA, and when it keeps looking worse and worse. I love how there's no big enemies on this map, but it's just all like, wow, it's all these tight corridors, and it's just like, yep, gotta deal with this enemy that can drag all your health down, and then enemies spawn behind me every time. Wow, there's no room. There's no room to survive. It is a military. That is fair, I guess. But it's like, where do you go? I guess forward. Okay. We went forward. Now can we gradually open up the pathway back, or do we just grab it? That's kind of irritating, by the way, that there were explosive barrels here, and I can't walk forward because otherwise I'd be walking into the explosive barrels, and they knew that. So... Alright, anyway, so, yeah. AMD's always playing catch-up, and everything just always is still looking worse. Like, you know, they spent all this time building this, upscaler method that can use compute shading and not necessarily, like using the AI tensors on newer cards. That way, then, oh look, we can support, people on GTX graphics cards and people on RDNA 1. Admirable effort, but the implementation has always been a little bit behind, behind what it should be. FSR4 is basically saying, hey, AI is the way to go, and that sort of just proves NVIDIA was right the whole time. Is that necessarily what you want, AMD? That's kind of what's happening, so I do agree with that in the video. Now, there's obviously some things that I'm like, I don't quite specifically know. The bashing on Unreal, I think, is not 100%, it doesn't quite feel right. Because there are some games on Unreal that do indeed run well, and I think that the people at Epic know what they're doing. I don't think these are engine tools that are, without purpose, but certainly without gaming purpose, maybe. I don't think they're that bad, but I do also think that, like, hey, I miss Unreal Tournament, and you took it down from sale, all of them. It's not even licensing. I just don't get it. I'm like, why? You bought Harmonix, and as much as I do appreciate them finding more success, and also Hatsune Miku in Fortnite, very nice. It's like, yeah, wow, everything's in Fortnite. I prefer to just like buy a rhythm game, like keep it simple, bro. Switch. That's fun. I mean, when you got a level with 297 enemies, it's got to take a bit of time, so... Yeah, we're at an hour 41. Yeah, exactly, and Shipper Theseus, is it the same company? Are any of the same people still there? Maybe, but is it the same people who worked on Rock Band 1? I don't know. Probably not, given how many, like, differences that are just like, hey, if this was, like, the 5th Rock Band or something you worked on, you'd have caught those kinds of like problems with how rhythm games work, and those are fair calls. I think there's always that. That's always a tough one as well. And they are still called harmonics within Epic as well. People also rip on the Epic Game Store. I think the Epic Game Store, for better or for worse, I mean, they are giving out free games even now for some reason. They're really trying to convince people the store is the way to go, but I have no idea how they've managed to keep people going. I think they know the moment they stop doing the free games, no one is going to visit the store. And that's a fair call. I will visit it purely because I have to launch Infinity Nikki every day. I realize I got a bad secret right there. Interesting. We're nearly done. Nearly done with the level. How many times can my internet die? By the way, I love how there's no dropped connections. No drop packets so far. I know it's only been 4 minutes, but the previous one. It's only on Epic Games, but it can also be downloaded separately. So you don't have to do it through Epic if you wanted to. I'm glad this is teleporting me around to weird places on the map instead of taking me to where I quite need to go, but sure. Yeah, it's not on Steam, which is a bit surprising, I guess. They're probably doing it because then I can get that high Epic Game Store cut because they are using Unreal 5. I'd still recommend it, even if it's on Epic. I don't think the Epic launcher is particularly, like, egregious. Could run better, but... And also not just use a minified version of the actual Unreal editor to somehow do the store. I always think that's a interesting design choice, but yeah, you know, whatever. Okay, this is clearly a door. Mash and E. Don't see anything activate. These just led back to previous areas, so I'm not too sure what I'm missing here. Like studies to see how high the EGS cut. Oh yeah, well, I mean, 100%. We were seeing games that were made with the no, that's fun. Nice. We were seeing games that were made with the Epic Games Store, like, exclusivity in mind. So things like Borderlands 3, for example. And then Tiny Tina Wonderland comes out on Steam. Right away. They did not take the exclusivity. They are not taking the exclusivity for Borderlands 4 as well, mind you. So, okay, there's another blue door, so I might as well take that. But I think that's probably the prime example. Yeah, I mean, you get way fewer sales, so it really depends. Does the calculation make sense in your head? Also, do you care enough? Because sales of a game gives you momentum. Yeah, exactly. It's that, effectively, it's like when it's on Epic, it doesn't. And when it's only on Epic, mind you. I think there should be no problem with people selling their game on Epic as well as Steam. And I don't mind people also saying, hey, please buy through Epic or the Humble Store. Like, just any place that gives you more than 30%, I get that. It's not like GOG. Yeah, GOG have things here and there, but I do also like just, it's a web interface that just works like it should. There's no questions with GOG. This would probably... are we just going to end the level? Might as well. Okay. Let us continue on. We need to redeem. We need to redeem the stream now on mobile data. 88 enemies, not too many. So interesting, if I'm on mobile... No, stupid... Yeah, exactly. Censorship on these platforms is always quite interesting, but... Isn't it weird that, like, almost all of these levels, by the way, are exclusively built with just the weak enemies at this point? It's such a curious thing. Like, I know that we've seen a few of the bigger ones. We've had the Archvile show up. I thought we would have way more than what we've got. I've probably been misremembering and thinking of Plutonium Experiment. Get into that one, not next week, but the week after. Oh, hi. There you go. It's a good variety. Yeah, exactly. And I actually, like, the one thing I want to, like, take home with this is that, I mean, this is Final Doom. This is, like, the last effort, because Quake came out, like, a week later. They were like, we really need, like, that, you know, that top tier kind of commissioned WODs, kind of, you know, ideal, because that's what, you know, every game has expansions. You got to do it, and yeah, it's an interesting variety of levels. They seem pretty neat, although they certainly got their cheap traps everywhere. I'll tell you that. And yeah, the amount of hit scanners in some of these levels is very, very absurd. I'm gonna jump down. Oh, hi. It's nibbling at my toes. Hey, look at that. It's not a hit scanner. There you go. But yeah, ultimately, like, okay, so anyway, back to Thread Interactive just for a hot second. So NVIDIA pushes, yeah, they are the weaker end, but like not even like pinkies. Like I'm pretty certain that last level barely had any pinkies. It was all chain gunners. So yeah, so to go back to Thread Interactive, the theory is that if NVIDIA is pushing game devs to releasing games using the NVIDIA-specific technologies, and that forces all the other developers to implement their own versions of technologies, which then, you know, not only are they worse visually, but they're also worse performance-wise. And worse performance-wise means things like VRAM requirements go way up. So NVIDIA keeps touting that their own... It's a bit weird. It's a double-edged sword, and I actually don't quite get why they're, you know, going in the direction that they are. Resident Evil 4, that came out 2 years ago, is a perfect example where it came out using a non-NVIDIA implementation of its ray tracing. That implementation involved much more video memory than other, I guess, implementations would generally offer. I guess that goes back, and that's not a wall, and that activated the door to go out. So, okay, I'm not missing anything. It doesn't look like I'm missing a key already. I'm talking out loud, but I'm also trying to understand what on earth is intended with the level design. We have a window here. It's not like I can jump out of the window. This, I mean, with... Oh, did I just miss a little door there? Well, exactly that. And so Resident Evil 4 had weirdly high video memory requirements. And so people who had 8GB graphics cards, and this ties into earlier conversations I had where I was like, oh, 8GB should be fine, the game's just unoptimized. This has given me a bit of a new perspective on it, because it's like, ooh, they're using the non-NVIDIA implementation to do certain things. And that has led to the game, you know, requiring much more video memory. NVIDIA also has optimizations as well for their own cards, but that's just normal. Like, it's like, yeah, you know, like, if you can implement optimizations that, you know, play better on NVIDIA cards, why shouldn't you? You know, stuff like that, you know. And also most of your player base is going to use NVIDIA cards. But you can't forget about AMD, because otherwise your game won't run well on consoles. So you kind of have to do both. But yeah, that one was just curious because they didn't do the NVIDIA RT solution. It's going to be interesting as well seeing the PlayStation upscaling in action a bit more. People keep talking about it with the PS5 Pro. Also, this is a corner I'm hiding in. I'm constantly taking hits, but I have wandered out of this corridor. All to get the yellow key, which I can then use to immediately get killed by some reds. Hurry forward. Yeah! Also, was that some hit scanners that just spawned in the corner? Oh, it's just a bit tight. This is a bit tight. Oh. We're good. Yeah, exactly. It is an exclusive, so... So people on NVIDIA cards complain about the game not running on their things, and the game does, I guess, somewhat worse because people with 3070s cannot play the game, at least with the ray tracing on. So this leads me to then wonder, well, okay, well, there's either two things. Either this convinces people to not play Resident Evil, or not play it with the high settings and not care about graphics, or not buy NVIDIA cards. I don't get it, NVIDIA. It's not quite a foolproof strat. But what it does mean is that people like me get a little complacent when it's like, oh, NVIDIA just doesn't need the things because they have better optimization. Well, that is kind of true, but it's also like, yeah, like, it's kind of weird that it has to come from the vendor level on that one. As in, like, literally games have to be written with so many, like, weird optimizations and not weird, but, like, it has to be written with so many optimizations for those specific cards to do the specific things that they're doing, that one, this is going to become an emulation nightmare in a few, you know, in a decade or two. Oh, I'd really like to open this door. I wonder if there's a switch just out here. Because I picked up the red key card. Oh, unless I gotta go all the way back. Listen, I'm gonna knock levels that do... Okay, I was like, you gotta spawn some enemies or else I'm gonna have no clue that this was actually the right way to go. And they did. And they forgot to put drums in the song. There you go. The door... Listen, you got the bars. Why do you gotta make me walk all the way around? You could have just maybe go there. Didn't need to do the bars and everything. Easy level. Easy stuff. Storage facility. We've got 142 enemies in this level. I have not a single dropped packet so far. It's 4 new entries. They announced 4 new. Anyway, yeah, so basically Thread Interactive says, like, that's kind of the reason why NVIDIA has low VRAM on their cards. It's to basically pressure game devs to say, hey, 80% of the consumer base uses these graphics cards that have low amounts of VRAM. You need your games to use the NVIDIA optimized strategy, or else, also, it's going to look worse if you don't use it. Everyone likes a good old Middle Eastern mode. And a repeated note. Oh boy, what's happening there? Hi. There he is. So where's the shotgunners as well? Oh boy. I'd like to get those back. There you go. But yeah, it's an interesting video. I know a lot of people have some real grievances with Thread Interactive himself. I will gladly note that apparently he does copyright take down people's videos for disagreeing with him, which I will forever note is not a good thing. No matter who you are, don't use the copyright system for that. Prove them wrong. That's the easy thing. Or just don't reply to them. When people call you wrong, like, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean you're wrong, you know? Yeah, DMC abuse. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't care if I agree with your opinion. Don't do it. So if he DMCA, well, he can't DMCA take down this because I'm not even using any footage from him. But like, yeah, particularly if someone's making a reaction video of some kind, it's like, yeah, you use clips of this. How could you? So the DMCA gulag with you. Yeah, I always hate it. I always hate it. I will always say, this guy's got to work on his production a bit. And I know I say that full well, knowing that I'm stitching together various individual recordings of a VOD that is going, it's transformative, oh exactly, a VOD that is constantly being torn into pieces because it keeps dying every 2 seconds until I start switching to mobile internet, which has been the tell. I don't know if it's my Switch, but I do want to, like, simplify it, like, you know, remove things from my network and just see, okay, if it's just this, is it simple? Because I can literally use one long cable and plug directly into my router. So I can fix that. I can toy around with that, but I can't do that like tonight. Put 100. Oh yeah, exactly. Seriously, we're only 3 minutes in this level. That's already half of it. I found the other half of the enemies. Jeez, guys. You notice as well, they haven't given me a BFG. And I wonder if some of that is because I just haven't been finding all the secrets. Didn't we do a Duke Nukem 3D level that sort of feels just like this as well? What are the expansions? There's actually... Okay, real talk as well. So I know I'm strictly keeping to the levels introduced formally as part of... formally as part... Oh my gosh, by the way, he's up there. No! No! You've got to be kidding me! Okay, I take it back. I hate it. I hate it. Yeah, I'm sticking to, for this, you know, set of streams, just that... Where's it coming from? Where's it coming from? He just teleports and you can see everything. Walls be damned, bro. Walls be damned. Also, hi, there goes all my health. But yeah, I'm sticking with the levels that are part of this release. There's lots of secondary Doom releases and even things like unofficial. Oh, hi there. Okay, at least I can deal with him. Yeah, get him! Get him! Okay, don't just revive him. Well, we could do those later, as in not part of this like stream block later. Like we might come back to it much later. But things like, for example, Final Doom has a third Megawad that was left out. It just was like, it's not quite the right up to quality, so they didn't include it. But they did pay for it, so then they sold it, I think, independently under the WizardWorks publishing brand. WizardWorks, you may remember, literally did Duke Zone, and probably D-Zone as well, and 2 of the expansions to Duke Nukem 3D. So that's actually kind of interesting that they managed to actually make a almost officially commissioned id Megawad. Just thought that's fun. There's some other ones as well. I think WizardWorks themselves worked on their own WODs. And there's lots of unofficial ones as well. There's also weird ones like HackX. It's a weird kind of a whole game release using the Doom engine, but it's like way too late to make a game using the Doom engine. Alright, note to self, don't use the rockets anywhere in this level, apparently. There we go. Finally, I can see. Oh my gosh. I make a lot of very costly errors in this playthrough, I'll tell you that, where I'm just like, I'm going along as normal and suddenly, boom, 97 health turns to 0. And this is outside, so okay. I don't mind warehouse levels, but I will say, it's very annoying when you can't look up. But yeah, there's lots of curious releases. Also, Sigil 2 is one of note, because Sigil 2 was actually intended to be part of this release. It came out in 2023, but I think there was something just sort of getting in the way of really including it. Maybe availability, maybe the fact that John Romero has, sells it. I don't know. There's probably some real reason. It's probably on the wiki, and I just haven't given it a light of day to say why, because I don't know off the top of my head, but I'll find out soon. Probably when I actually play Sigil. There's a fun slap base, I'll tell you that. Okay, so I'm up here. Why would I want to be up here? Because I can get up here? Maybe. Everyone likes a good old 3-dimensional level, eh? Yeah, I was like, hold on, wait, I haven't gone over to this side. Okay. Yeah. So, anyway, NVIDIA, you gotta, well, I mean, do I knock NVIDIA for doing what is working for them? Ugh. I do wish NVIDIA put more VRAM in their cards, and knowing, or at least believing, that it's a bit more insidious in the sense of it perpetually makes game devs look bad. I'm kind of feeling, okay, well, maybe NVIDIA should really be doing something about that. Then they release cards like the 5090, and all the scalpers buy it. I should probably note on this. All the scalpers buy the 5090, and then all the scalpers buy the 5080, because the 5090 is out of stock. Then all the people buy the 4090, because, hey, I might not get stock of my 5090. And then they buy the 4080 and the 4080 Super, and we're at this point where literally every graphics card in Australia is weirdly very expensive. I think it could also be the tariffs, but, like, 4080s are, like, launch price all of a sudden. Okay, where's the red door? There was the red door. Yeah, hold on, yeah. Let's go back in there. Let's figure out how to... Okay, red door is this one in the middle. Oh. Ran straight over it. We'll get there. I always love these midis when they go like just complete ham. Hold on, yeah, we did open this door before. Is this just the exit right here? Sure, I'll accept it. That's probably more to these levels in terms of like secrets and things like that. Anyway, we got another intermission screen.
You hear the grinding of heavy machinery ahead. You sure hope they're not stamping out new hellspawn, but you're ready to ream out a whole herd if you have to. They might be planning a blood feast, but you feel about as mean as 2,000 maniacs packed into one mad killer. You don't plan to go down easy.
Also, hi, just Doom 2 soundtrack. 135 enemies. We are in space, I guess. Also, this is level 12, so we're... I know we're 2 hours into the stream. We'll probably be... I mean, this is 6 more levels, so we'll see how we go, but I don't expect we're going to hit midnight. Not at this rate. Everyone likes a good old TNT boxes. But yeah, no, every graphics card, particularly from Nvidia, is very expensive. The AMD graphics cards, kind of cheap. Or at least, they're not really going up right now. The last thing I want to mention from the Thread Interactive video, and I think this is a fair point to mention, is, by the way, don't buy AMD because you're rebellious and you want to fight the system of Nvidia, because AMD are sort of participating in the system just as much as Nvidia somewhat, but also, as he says in the video, and I do kind of agree with this, also that's a mean placement. That's a real mean placement, because you can't do anything about that. This reminds me of On a Rail in Half-Life 1, if you recall. This is when I hope that all those rockets hit him. It did. Okay. I do like this lower ceiling, and I actually love levels that use the skybox texture to kind of make it feel like, you know, buildings are further away, or that buildings are not as tall as they are in places. Well, there is Intel, which is ethically not really any different than just picking AMD. Intel, at the very least, I did a thing. I was taking Tech Power Up's average FPS on their charts and then adjusting it for Australian pricing. And just like in the US, fortunately, on that chart, the Intel A750, I think, is or A580 is the best value card when it comes to cost per FPS in average games. Now, average is obviously grain of salt because your experience may vary, but hey, if you're going to pick like some metric, at least, it's going to average out, sure. Followed by the B580, and the A750 is still being sold for a decent price here. Or the A770 with the 16 gigs. Still an alright price. The best AMD card is the 7800 XT. The best Nvidia card is the 4070 Super. And also, that may be disappearing very soon. Oh boy. You ready? Only one? Ow, but that is a bit of a mean reaction for me. But yeah, traditionally, the cheapest graphics card would usually be the best for cost for FPS. You'd have a card that's the most price effective. Right now, it's the cards that are 900 Australian dollars, or in AMD's case, 685, according to a new Oz bargain price. So you might as well go, we're a bit different in market tier, but Intel released a $400 Australian graphics card And while it's not the greatest card, it's the best for, you know, frames for dollar. And I'd probably say the solution is don't buy expensive graphics cards and then don't play new games. Which is a bit of a defeatist mindset. It's like, oh, I want to play all these new games. But as I sort of opened the stream by saying, do you know how many people who haven't played Prey 2017? Like, not saying you have to play every single game, and obviously there's going to be people who don't like Prey 2017 as much as I did. But there's bound to be games out there that will 100% work on your system. For example, for me, the most obvious one that I can probably come up with that I should probably play at some point is The Witcher 3, because I really want to play The Witcher 2 first. But at some point I will play both of those, and then it's like, then I guess I'll be ready for Cyberpunk, a game that kind of runs like butt, because it has all these graphics techniques that are very overkill, but sure, okay, hi, ooh. I did trigger one of the Nanky guys, so this is gonna be a bit iffy, but sure, I'll accept that. I have played The Witcher 1, so I will vouch for that. And I did enjoy The Witcher 1. I really did like its storytelling. It was actually quite nice, and I liked how the mechanics sort of fit together. I like its episodic structure as well. I think most RPGs, especially ones that operate under a longer playtime, really do benefit from chunking themselves down into episodes, even if the episodes are still like 10 hours long. But I love the culmination in, like, you know, when people meme about like choices matter, I do like the culmination in all these mechanics and all these like things that you did actually like end up being like quite meaningful towards how the ending of the game does build up. So I'm not 100% sure if the choices I've made for the skills and the mechanics I favored really did mean as much, but I was along for a ride and I appreciated how it went in its storytelling. So I did like that. The Witcher 2, I've played a bit. Like, I played the prologue, and I know that it's sort of broken up into, I think, 3 acts, or 3 chapters. I think I played, like, a solid amount of the first one, but I don't think that really sums up the whole game. So I do need to give that a more fruitful go. This reminds me of a Duke Nukem 3D level. Hold on, wait. Is this like a moon crater? Is that what we're going for? Oh, that's the Evolution skybox. Yeah. So all of these levels technically, I think, take place in space. What's so different about space? The sky. And these sort of horrendously looping wall textures. I see that guy up there, but sure. Yeah, no, I like The Witcher 1, so I do need to play it. But yeah, no, legit, like, so many games, especially ones from before the PS5 generation, don't use insane graphics requirements at all, like, by far. It's been a very recent bump in video games, mostly because of the new console generation as well. Like, you can afford to be a bit more inefficient because the new consoles are quite powerful, I guess. But do you have to play them? We could just wait until the graphics card prices come down. Just play all these, like, you know, older games that are pretty good. Unfortunately, that means that, you know, Concord's going to flop, because who's going to play the multiplayer games day one? But hey, the single player experiences will always be there for you later. And by always, I mean usually. Usually. When a game comes out and it's got some online mechanic tied in, and suddenly it's like, oh, it's a game as a service game. I have completely forgotten where the red keycard door is. That was where I started, and this looks like it goes up here, which has a wall, so that makes sense. Okay. I'm glad most of the live service game... Yeah, I think... I'm not going to say that we're all, you know, we're 100% in the clear, but I think there's probably going to be a lot of live service games that go, hold on, they're all flopping. Just bail. Just don't live service your game. Yeah, it's not great for devs. It's not great for Ubisoft, Leamington. It's not great for studios like that, where it's like, hey, you basically got caught in the crossfire of insanely... It's curious that you can make your way back up here. it's not good for these studios that are just like, yep, they were doing their job and no one bought their games, and that's a reflection on the game industry as a whole rather than the studio themselves. But Ubisoft run them so lean or so hard. That's just how it do be, how it goes. So, but yeah, no, legit. There's tons of games. So I've still failed to. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. It's back here. I keep referring to the map. I'm keep trying to like peruse it with my eyes, try to find where the keycard slots are, because this keycard was not near there. And some of the better maps, you know, lead your gaze quite nicely towards where the keycard slot goes. This is a very nice looking corridor though. I'll give them props. Because it's like, you don't have dynamic lighting exactly in Doom, but what you can, so you have per sector lighting. And you can basically make this outside area light, which makes the walls light, but not the ground that you're on, leading to an interesting visual with the enemies. Very nice. Oh, hi. Oh. There we go. But yeah, that's how games industry do be. I feel like I'm a broken record every single stream when it's just like, yeah, new games suck, but it's not that new games suck. It's that there's so much going on in new games that it's hard to keep up. And as I keep saying, oh, hi. Listen, man, we gotta start throwing them in, because they spice up levels. Archvile spice up levels so much, but oh boy. This is a curious end area, because these are lift textures, but they're not lifts. They can't stop me. Yeah, new AAA games, exactly. There are some indie games that I've been playing. I've been playing through Supraland, and Supraland is... Here's this music again, love it, gotta love it. Supraland is a... calling it Metroidvania is a bit of a stretch, because it's like, there's not much Vania, it's just Metroid. You collect items that allow you to go back to old areas and solve puzzles like that. You solve puzzles, and you occasionally get annoyed by a combat system where an enemy just shows up and is pestering the heck out of you, and if you don't address him, he'll kill you. There's that. I love these blood splatters on the walls. It's good fun. But yeah, there's a lot of that. Oh my gosh, sorry. By the way, I was like, I was just like looking at the other screen going, I'm not dropping packets, am I? And I'm like, nope, we're good. We've been good ever since I switched to mobile. Yeah, I got it in a humble monthly. I just haven't played it. But, okay, how do I put it? I like its structure. I like where it's taking me. I like the kinds of things that I can do with the abilities in regards to the map that it's set up. But my biggest problem is first-person platforming, first of all, is real awkward. And they quickly give you abilities like a triple jump. And I'm like, ooh, triple jump. I just consistently keep finding that my jump doesn't quite get me the height that I really quite want it to. I sort of keep trying to scale up walls and it doesn't quite work. And then you get a box power-up where you can put a box down, you know, where you want. Almost all of it is used for either an explicit switch puzzle or to prop you up higher than a jump would. But it feels so clunky because sometimes you're expected to just use it on ledges that are not flat at all. They're not designed for a box to sit on it, but they're short-term enough that the box does indeed sit on it. There's a lot of that going on. All of this, there's sort of a janky feeling to how a lot of the visuals play out, because it's like, and I'm not even going to comment on the one, actually I will. There's one point in time when there's literally the default Unreal Engine 4 like chair and freaking coffee table assets just chilling in this guy's house. I'm like, come on guys. Yeah, there's a lot of if it fits, it sits. I keep like just pushing myself up against walls and constantly bumping up against them and trying to jump and see if I can somehow manage to snap over a ledge like that. And I do feel like I've broken various puzzles like that I don't feel like I'm solving puzzles, I feel like I'm breaking them. And there's a big problem when I feel like I'm doing the wrong thing constantly. I don't feel like I've successfully solved a puzzle. I believe that's something that the Portal 2 developer commentary notes. Is like, you want to make people feel like they actually like did indeed solve the puzzle the right way. So you need to reaffirm that they've done things quite right. And there's a lot of times when it's just like, here's a corridor and here's a very obnoxious, like, arbitrary way that you could cross it. And sometimes I feel like I've just hugged up against the wall, just like jumped a ton and it's worked. And it's like, oh, okay. I'm about 5 hours in, so I'll probably say on enough of an opinion that this would definitely stop. I had a mate who played this game and he actually stopped much earlier than I did, but for the same reasons that I did. And so I do want to see it through. I don't just want to see it like beaten. This is a fun involved power-up, flashbang, by the way. There we go. Why have I got a bunker? It's not this level, that was the other level. Well, that's got me worried that there's an even bigger threat going on in this upper area. But, sure, whatever. I do like this outside bit though. It's nice and chill. You've got these little warps that take you to the ledges. As well as, hi, there's a keycard right there. That's what they want, right? Yeah. But yeah. I don't know how much that game is. I'd probably say it's probably okay for a discount, but... okay, one other thing as well. I gotta rip on this. When you start up the game, it has an anti-aliasing slider. It goes from FXAA, which at least that's always an option, even if it is a rather rough and approximated anti-aliasing strat. Temporal anti-aliasing, and then I think did it have FSR and then DLSS? Yeah, I knew it. I knew we'd be dealing with one of these. That's why the invuln exists. Okay, well, I've got 2 key cards, so I should be able to open these 2 doors, and we can just ignore that there was a cyber demon just there. But yeah, I'm like, why are the anti-aliasing methods on a slider, first of all? 2, when you turn on DLSS, for some reason, it has a slider. Well, it makes sense that there's a slider for, like, the level of quality, but it's weird because off is on one end, and ultra quality is at the other end, so you immediately hit ultra performance first. I don't know why. Ultra quality also doesn't work. Literally, you can trigger any arbitrary, resolution setting you want in DLSS. People just generally stick with the named versions because then the named versions are easy to understand. Why does ultra quality not work? It's an Unreal. I think it's an Unreal 5 game. I'm not sure if it's Unreal 5 or 4. But it's just like, ugh. And then on top of that, there's a lot of artifacting. There's a lot of things, like especially when you're picking up an object, the object renders with a transparent kind of texture to... Oh look, it's the nukage processing right here. The object renders with a transparent texture to... Oh, what a weird loop. Okay, sure. Yeah, it renders with a transparent texture, and everything behind it is just so glitchy looking. It's so noisy, it's so wrong, it just looks terrible. No matter what you have enabled, that happens. I thought that was just like, oh, is that me with a DLSS? No. And also the game, I mean, I know I'm running at 4K, but it's not the most impressive looking game. And it is struggling to hit 144 frames a second. That's got me worried that there's something efficient going on. I don't think there's there's not an easy fix. I'm just saying, hey, it doesn't look the part. It's doing something. Nothing about it is dynamic. I just want to note that. It's not like the time of day moves or most of the objects move. So, if we're doing some, unbaked lighting, we gotta watch out for that, but Ah, okay. Whatever. Yeah. It's okay. It's an okay game. I rip on it, but then it's like, well, it's doing something, so... Combat just doesn't seem to gel with me at all. It plays like Minecraft Beta 1.7 when you're constantly mashing the attack button. You know. There's a gun, and the gun has the shot combo from Unreal Tournament as an ability, and I like that, but it's also like, most of the enemies die in one hit with that. You could care about killing those enemies that just appeared. Still works, or I sure hope it does. 201 enemies. Okay, what is happening here? Ooh. Some interesting outside levels. I will note that there's a handful of authors that we keep jumping between, so I'd recommend looking at the Doom Wiki to know who of the TNT team was specifically working on each of the levels, if you want to gauge their design style. Just like the original game, where it's like, you know, some are John Romero, some are everyone else. Tim Willits in episode 4. American McGee. Trying to think. Oh boy. I'm like, who else made levels? I don't believe. Did Tom Hall make levels? Might have. I love just clearing out 5 enemies at a time. Again, this music. Whoa. It's a vibe. There's actually a community project, and I'm pretty sure it like finished only like 2 years ago, to try and add custom music to any time there's like one of these extra like levels that has not unique music. So for this one, it's actually quite straightforward, because most of the levels did use custom music. I saw this in action. Why would I want to be up here? Yeah, why would I want to be up here? Oh yeah, it's a fun synth. Yeah, why would I want to be in here? MIDI music is a, not quite a lost art, but certainly a, I guess a vibe that we don't have as much anymore. I actually would like to not feel afraid of it for, actually, if you play the Chorokyu games, they rely on, I think this is like a Roland synth sound font as well. This is not the regular, like, Microsoft GM table. I'm pretty sure it's a Roland one. Roland are, like, absolutely, like... music production in general is, like, a very unsung kind of art, because it's like they do make, you know, music hardware producers always, you know, they make money, but it's like they don't roll in it in the same kind of way, because they basically, you know, oh my gosh, Nvidia, same deal. It's like you're making tools to enable people to make really incredible stuff and just like absolutely ride it, but you can't gouge out the market, because otherwise, if no one knows or can afford your product, you know, like no one's gonna like love it unless you go way far and you become like Steinway, where you're basically like an absolute enthusiast freaking thing. For reference, the average Steinway grand piano costs, I think, at least 200,000 Australian dollars. I think. They do sound very nice, but I would also add, if you are learning, you don't need a Steinway to know that you're playing well. you can use a regular old Yamaha. You don't need... Not to say Yamaha are always cheap, but Yamaha do have some of the, you know, most entry-level offerings for music instruments. Oh boy. Oh, that's not even a thing! Man, I feel like I'm playing Half-Life right here. What even am I looking at here? What is going on here? One of these probably has a keycard right at the end. Probably the one with the door at the end. Probably a good sign. And the one that's also not crushing. Gosh, but you do take a fair bit of damage from that. Alright, this corridor is too thin. This corridor is too thin. We're gonna have to give this the Thin Corridor Award for way too thin corridor. Hi there. Where are the Lost Souls? Are you in here? Oh, hi, Painty. Simplifies my life way better if he's not there. I think there's another one though, unfortunately. Oh well. But yeah, also I gotta get out of here, which is gonna unfortunately take a little bit of damage. Unrealistic beauty standards, yeah. Just one, but still, oh. That would have been come in handy a bit ago, wouldn't it? Alright, blue key card. Blue key card goes straight where I was. Oh, we gotta do one more. One more for good measure. Yeah. What? What? Did I not have the blue key card that very moment? Oh, I knew they would do that. I was like, yeah, they're totally gonna crush me. I do like these walls whenever they do it. I know, also, no way. I'm hearing enemies. Cheeky room, isn't it? Yeah. Musical instruments are always a fun kind of thing as well. I bought not ages, but like probably it's trending towards a year now, and I haven't made anything that meaningful out of it yet. But what was it? Whoever makes Tonex and Amplitude and various stuff, and I bought their like big collection of things, which was €200, which to me seems like an actual real good value for the amount of like sounds and stuff you're getting out of it. Ooh, hi there. I have been really enjoying toying around with that. That is a boss right there as well, right? Yeah, I was like, that's the mastermind. He's chilling, he's vibing. I still don't have a BFG, just want to add. But I did pick up a key card, and now I have to wander all the way back in the dark. Interesting. Greetings, Blub. You missed my internet dying 50 million times due to something on my network, and I'm on mobile right now. I have plenty of banked mobile data for scenarios like this, but it is one where it's like I can't handle it every day. So it's like, oh, I gotta figure this out. We finished the master levels of Doom 2 last week, but now we're on to TNT Evilution, the first of 2 megawatts for, well, in the final Doom release, which is basically just more Doom 2. Oh yeah, why we have 50 minutes of stream time? Yeah, yeah, it's because the stream's been kicking in and out a ton. So it's been mobile internet has been treating me well. I haven't had a single drop packet at all, which is actually a good call. So even more Doom. Although this is level 14, and we are gonna... The way that Crusher works made me feel like I wasn't meant to go back, but now it's like there's all these enemies around here, so who knows? Maybe I'm actually in the right. Yeah, like we're gonna... So, we're on level 14 now, we'll do level 15, we'll have the 2 secret levels, and then we'll be done. But the secret levels are somewhat levels? So at least there's that. So we've still got a fair bit to do, but I don't think, like, you know, I always joke about the midnight streams, but not hitting midnight. This stream has taken a bit longer, though, because I've constantly been, like, stopping and waiting just to anticipate the network coming back, but, yeah, that's a great big mystery. So, it'll all be fixed for the VOD, but it does mean I have to take my time uploading the VOD. Also, that's going to be fun uploading the VOD and having to deal with that happening. In the middle of uploading the VOD. Usually YouTube's not too bad. YouTube's pretty good with, remember, for like 2 years, well not 2 years, until like 2009, YouTube did not know how to resume a failed upload. It used to be such a soul-crushing moment. You'd be waiting hours for your 1 megabit connection to upload a video file. Like a 50 meg video file, and that would take like minutes. And here we go, by the way. Right back at the start, guess who's here? Oh, I have to kill him, don't I? Oh boy, killing him without a... Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Oh no, I don't. Stuff you! Oh, it's like, no way did they put the sector end on that one. Dead zone. This one's a meme because I actually know where the secret level is, like, right away. And it's only 96 enemies, it's not a big level, but I know where the secret level is. You just hit this, is it that one? Nope, not here. Sorry, where is it? Alright, I say I remember where it was. I don't actually remember where it was. There's buttons all over the shop. I'm revealing enemies all over the place. Oh, you go around the outside here, go through this corridor here. This is a secret wall, gets you the berserk, go through here. That lands you here, secret exit. But we're actually going to do the level legit, and I'll show you the actual secret. Oh, hi there! Okay. I'll show you actually where to go. But yeah, no, this is a real close secret exit. Also, hi, archviles. Maybe that's how you wing your small enemy counts. By the way, yes, re-killing enemies does count as another kill every time. Yeah, if they keep releasing archviles into the crowd, they just always keep coming back. It's always fun. But yeah, there's a real nice flow to this level. I actually do like it, other than the weird I was going to say the weird underlined textures, which are intentionally there for me to go around like that, I guess. Okay. For me to find secrets, the classic secret strat, just have a texture that's just painted wrong. I don't know if there's any walls that I should be looking at, but I'm just going through. We're going through, we're kicking them off, so. But yeah, gosh, I'm kicking myself that I've completely forgotten the brand, like the company that made the tools that I'm like citing right here. But yeah, no, those tools are neat. I like them. I would probably say, and it's got some pedigree on the website. I do like how they got like real musicians to like try and make something actual neat out of it. So very nice. I don't know if there's I'd say they're quite good. I think it's a bit controversial sometimes. Well, okay. Sometimes the levels are like weirdly tricky and trappy, and they're all over the place. And sometimes they're just like this, where it's like, man, I don't know where I'm going. Oh, hi there. It does have a big problem of some things are way too close quartered for my own liking. I like this little corridor I'm in. And I like how it exits out the bottom here, and I'm probably going to find enemies. There we go. Yeah, it's a bit of that, where it's like, sometimes the enemy counts are a little too high to like get out of where you need to be. Okay, BFG is there, so don't be the kind of guy who exits this level and you didn't pick up a BFG. Ooh, hi there. That's a fun sound. Wherever he is. Wherever he is. I don't know where he is, but sure. I'm actually curious where the level even wants you to go. Okay, where is this archvile? He could be like terrorizing, he could be like wandering around. Hey, it's the end of the level. I assume actual end of the level? Okay, cool. Cool, actual end of the level is down there. Got it. Mental note. Oh, I am on fire! Where is he? Where is he? Let me at him. I'm here, inspectors. Great success. You know, I've completely forgotten the next line of that song, but, you know, shockingly, actually, I've always sort of wanted to play Portal on stream, but I've always kind of gone like, oh, I'll probably like beat the game in like less than a stream. Yeah, I really do want to figure out how to get that BFG. Because it's like, I mean, I've got both exits of the level. I could just leave. That's not a jump, is it? No, that's way too far. Okay, oops. There are, yeah, true, that's the actual, the advanced chambers for Portal. And, in theory, you could play, like, any kind of modded level you want. But yeah, no, Portal is an absolute vibe, and I'm very glad that Valve, I mean, that's how Valve, you know, got their footing, basically, not their footing, but, like, their stronghold on Steam and stuff like that, by basically making the Orange Box such, like, an amazingly well-valued package. And then basically pushing people into being like, hey, you know, you get all these benefits out of this platform that, you know, we've really poured our heart and soul into. And yeah, it's a very fascinating game. And I remember seeing the trailers. It wowed me because also I'd never had a 360 or a PS3. And I was wowed by, like, motion blur for some reason. I thought it was a very, like, visually striking game in those, like, kind of pre-release trailers. But yeah, absolute classic. It's turning 18 at the end of this year, along with Half-Life 2 Episode 2 and Team Fortress 2. All released on the same day, because Orange Box. And if it makes you feel old, the Orange Box is well, one of the last Valve releases, I guess, in that sense. I mean, I know they've released Portal 2, and they've released Left 4 Dead, and Left 4 Dead 2, and Dota 2, and Lad, and Half-Life Alyx, and Artifact, and they're doing Deadlock, which I hear the people who are sticking with Deadlock do like it, but the people who like me and are just sort of like, I don't want a multiplayer game that involves like everyone yelling at each other all the time, and I'm not in the skill level where people stop yelling at each other. I don't think there's an easy solution for that other than it's not the game for me. Okay, I've cleared off most of the enemies, and there is an Archvile somewhere. Somewhere. I don't know where all these switches activate, but our BFG is chilling there. So I worry that it's like invisible walls triggering all over the place. Get me there. I'm hearing him. The hunt for that bit. I'm hearing that Archvile just chilling. It's like there's a room right here. Oh. Oh. Okay. I found him. I found him. I found where he is. Alright, other thing I hate, and Plutonia is egregious for this. Windows that you cannot walk to. But we got an enemy chilling up there. For some reason. I don't know why. I'm hearing another one. See that Revy? I mean, he's... You know, assuming I haven't had revived enemies show up in the kill count. And there should be another one in a window somewhere. And we've got the switch chilling here, which I cannot reach. I can't shoot, or I'm just not meant to use the... Nope. So, okay, got this round ledge. This ledge. This is how I walked up to the ledge in the first place. It looks like there's a room... like here? Doesn't quite activate. Oh, there we go. I can't even see that there was an enemy there. Oh, okay. I'm just trying to like spot out like where there's any weird gaps in the level. Because I mean, there's still like 4 secrets to find, and the BFG is one of them. I'll time box this a little bit, but then it's like, yeah, no, we're good. Time box. What am I? I'm at work. I'm using the phrase time box. Gosh, I'm just hearing doors open. I got no clue who's doing it. But yeah, no, I've wandered around a ton. Where is this coming from? Where is this door coming from? Like it's just like in the middle here, like as if it exists. Guide time? Yeah, sure, whatever. We'll do it. We're on map 15. Okay. Secrets count. At the southwest corner of the main building is a large white, open white room with a pool in the center. So let's go all the way over there. I think I probably found this one already. There's a doorway to the northeast. Yeah. Yep, okay. Go to the silver door, northern circular room in the center of the main building. You'll be in roughly a Y-shaped hallway. Open the wall in the bend on the left side. Well, I mean, there's this, right? You'll be in a tiny room with a window overlooking. Open one of the gray hexagonal tile. Oh, that explains. Okay. The more you know. Return to the Y-shaped hall. Directly across from the opening to Secret 2 is another door. Same will apply. Okay. Return to the Y-shaped hallway. Just north of the entrance to Secret 3 is another secret door. I think I did find this one though. There's a long corridor before reaching the area that, that gave me that. And the BFG is still chilling, right? Yep, BFG is still chilling. No, no, that wasn't the BFG. That was the other one. Okay, at the north end of the main building is a room with a diamond-shaped nuclear pool backpack. Where is it? Yeah, the BFG isn't even a secret. The secret exit isn't even a secret. Okay, southeast, on the opposite wall of the switch that lowers the... Okay, hold on. The southern corridor leading to the circular section has a switch on the left. The southern corridor. I like how this doesn't actually like lead out this room. Oh, it does. Or it leads out that way. Okay, southern corridor. Southern corridor. We gotta find that BFG. Southern corridor leading to the circular section has a switch. Oh, that was easy enough. Okay, anyways, let's do the actual secret exit, because we found most number of secrets already. Okay. Round the ledge. Secret in here. It was literally one of the switches from the beginning. And then you're on this ledge here. There you go. Alright! Who likes... Hold on. What now? Looks totally different. Kind of like King Tut's condo. Well, whatever's here can't be any worse than usual, can it? Or maybe it's best to let sleeping gods lie. We got an Egypt level! We threw in random Egypt textures. We got an Egypt level. Look, it's the pyramid. The real pyramid. You know what's another game I've really wanted to play on stream, and I just haven't, like... I've been playing too many first-person shooters. I really want to play Serious Sam. And Serious Sam is like such a classic. I've done a Serious Sam on Mayhem difficulty, which is an absolute like, just like vibe check. That's fun out there. But yeah, you go into the pyramid, and then you're greeted by completely deactivated enemies. There used to be an exploit on the very original versions of this where you could jump over here and you could activate that wall by doing that, and I guess they didn't give me the fixed version in this set, huh? Okay. Don't beat the level like that. Whatever you do, that's cheating. Yourself. Serious Sam is an absolute classic, and I'd probably say it's Croatia's greatest export of all time. Hands down. Nah. I got a coworker who's from Croatia, and every time I mention that, he's like, oh, bro, you gotta play Serious Sam. Oh, that's fun to hear coming from behind you. Oh, that's fun to hear coming from behind you. Dude, the R terrifies, but... Dude, okay, real talk, the freaking... I hate in Serious Sam, I always get like jump scared by the freaking dudes with like the one eye enemies, and in particular the like one, especially on Mayhem difficulty when they, or Serious difficulty when they run faster, but also the limbless ones when it's just like it's just a body, it's just a torso coming straight at you, and he munches on your face. He doesn't do that much damage, but he comes straight for your face. There's nothing you can do to wander around him. The frogs have a pattern. The kamikazes are noisy. These guys, you just turn around, they're in your face. So I believe the goal of this level is just to get 3 keys. Hi there. Nothing really too weird, but everyone likes a good old Egypt level, and I'm glad that they put in the extra effort to chuck in a bunch of custom textures to make the hell look not hell. It's Egypt, bro. Also, Arachnotron's always fun to activate in places, so... but yeah, doing this level legit for a hot second. Yeah, this is door here that you can't activate just yet. But we can activate these stairs. You're gonna need these stairs because... this is where you need to go. Up here. I'm gonna teleport. Oh boy, I can't wait to figure out what fun secrets lie yonder wait in this wonderful dimly lit cave. Oh look, lighting. Oh look, enemies. That's fun. That's just fun. Oh yeah, fun moody music, yeah. Oh gosh, they're all invisible as well. A good handful of enemies though. I like this level. And I think that's kind of like where, you know, we'll see the second half of this in next week as well, but I think that's where my vibe of TNT Evilution is that like there's a lot of really neat ideas, and certainly ones where it's like, hey, like we're now turning Doom into as like, you know, something more concrete, something, you know, very much like Duke Nukem, which is out by this point. And it's always fun to compare the fact that like we've still got Doom releases while Duke Nukem is still a property, or like is a property, and I mean it's always been a property, but you know what I mean. You know, I'm not too sure what I expected, but I'm glad that I didn't quick save through any of that, because that just means that I have to go through that again. Yes, I did get memed. Yes, I did get Curse of Rod. Wasn't that like a Twitter response for a while? Like STFU, Curse of Ra. Ooh, I baited it. Why are they like this? There's a lot more enemies than I remember from my last attempt, but sure, yeah. But yeah, no, I like where these levels go, and I like getting incredibly lost. There you go. Out of there. But it's kind of smart how it activates all these enemies at the right points, and yeah, no, it's a nice, well-designed level. I like it. And not everyone who plays this expansion even knows it's here. Is it worth calling it an expansion? Because you can buy Final Doom on its own. It's not like you need regular Doom 2 to make it work. I think I go outside again, do I? Oh, I need it for a blue key at some point. Yeah, what did I just activate with that switch? Enemies. Having a field day in that room. We'll go down the stairs again. We'll see if there's anything I've just opened up, but probably not likely. Nah, it doesn't quite feel like it. I would love, by the way, I would love for an old level designer, like just from the era, not necessarily me, but, oh, sorry, not necessarily like someone who worked on this level, or this game, but just anyone, to look at like how I play and go, oh boy, he's doing it so wrong. Oh, I know. As in another one. There's the one with the red, and there's the one that I just opened up, unless that switch was temporary. No, I flicked that. I flicked that. That's what I triggered, and that's what triggered the enemies here. I worry I gotta go back here again. Quite scream out to me as like somewhere I need to go. I mean, I'm just sort of plodding out the walls. I'm going, yeah, no. It's nothing too secretive. Where could it be now? And obviously there's nothing interesting going on here, so I don't know. I'd rule out this area. This little tiny room was just here. What did activating that, like, switch do? I have no idea what's happening here, by the way, but I wonder if it's like he's doing logic based on whether I've passed into the area. Listen to Men at Work. Men at Work is a vibe. Oh. I gotta be doing something incredibly wrong, right? I thought I was... Oh. Yeah, okay. No, I was like, no, it's just something I just haven't seen. This is a very big room, isn't it? Oh. Oh, I'm in the spider pit. Okay, let's... once more with feeling. Once more with gusto. Alright, activate the switch. Whatever opened up on the other side, I guess. Or not, I don't know. This room may have enemies, so since you play many, when we play Ultra Kill, one day, I won't rule it out. I activate that switch, and I believe a bunch of enemies that will ruin my day. Oh! Oh boy. Oh boy, I'm not even wanting to deal with him. Oh, he's on the ground! He's on the ground! Ah! I was like, hold on. For reference, arch files don't recover arch files. So I don't have to worry about those two sitting there on the floor. Oops. Probably went to 1.0. Yeah, exactly. I'm usually the kind of guy who waits for early access games to be done. Thank you, Steam, for adding in that recent feature that tells you when an early access game had last updated its blurb telling you when it would be done. Because there's so many games that put that in. And then it's like, yeah. And yeah, finish the whole thing. I would like to do that. I don't know if I'd exactly say do it on stream. In terms of like, you know, like my blind playthroughs is I don't know exactly what games I would like to play as blind playthroughs. Sequels to some games would be neat, but yeah, we'll see. But I would like to play it at some point, and then I'd gauge it, and I'll tell you how it is. Write a review for it on Backlogged. Okay, so that happened. I believe there's a... Yeah, this is a switch. That's not a secret. I'm pretty sure that's just like what you're meant to do. It's kind of weird, I don't know. Hi, did that just raise it like a little more? Also, they're in the little windows. You can't see them because they've put a darn texture in the way. I am really not sure if there's any other switches I need to activate or whether I just go back to the main area and call it a day. But we've got this door just chilling here. This door. Don't forget my read my comment. We gotta do like a tour around the world of FPSs in each country. Oh, true, yeah. Although I did activate this, which is a secret. That's a fun sound. Oh. Fleshy room, fleshy room. The sarcophagus is an outhouse for the Egyptians. There you go, head through a long corridor. Very long corridor. Very long corridor. Very long corridor. You know, I saw also, nice, I got away. Oh, hi there. That's 3 of them in there. Ooh. Just to be able to hit that button. Egyptian lose. So many cultures have words for literally like the same thing, which is just like an outdoor toilet. We are really running fine on ammo today. It's almost as if Egypt does not have ammo just stockpiled everywhere. Okay, but that's up there. How do I get up there? Unless it was the switch that I had involved. Maybe. I might need to wander all the way back. Hold on. Long wander back time. But yeah. Well, I will say as well, one amazing thing about Doom is just that... Yeah, because a lot of secret levels are very kind of cool. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Saw that on the map, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, we had this switch. Ah! Just to get another blue armor. Why is there a ledge here? Why is there a ledge here? Who knows? I'm hearing an enemy. I'm hearing I see an archvile right there. You know this is going to be danger zone in a moment. Or not. Okay, it will be danger zone very soon. Where was the blue key going? Oh, all the way back at the start. Try me. Try me! Unfortunately, there were 2 of them. Oh, I was like, I don't suppose use that. These cheeky lads. Yeah, there's no ammo! There's no ammo anywhere! Listen, I can't keep using the BFG forever, so, Oh! Oh! My prayers have been answered! Praise Ra! Praise Ra! Ah, what a good meme. What a good meme. There we go. Okay, so I came from here, I think. Yes. Yeah, well, you know, the best kind of level design is when you give stuff to the player right as they need it. Oh, I love a room like this. That's not the worst. I used the mouse wheel just then. Sue me. It's because I gotta reach over the 7. I'm not reaching over the 7 while I'm circle strafing. Dude, first person shooters where you have to hit like 0. Duke Nukem was the worst. I'd never use the freeze thrower in that whole stream. All the streams, I would never use the freeze thrower because it's bound to 0. I'm never hitting that. Oh. Why have they rolled me out? Because they want me to kill the enemies? They want me to hit the switch. Nice. Oh, this is a good sign. This is... Oh, boy! Hold on, hold on. These guys are being jerks, first of all. And then... Oh, no! Oh, good meme. Good meme, guys. Good meme. that didn't reveal the way to go, but oh, bravo, bravo. That's incredibly silly, but I love it. Okay, what did that switch do? Do I have to wander all the way back? Is there, oh, there's another... Oh, okay, they're blocking away this time. Okay. Bonk. There we go, get out. Pick up the health on the way back. And the exit's gone. The meme was there was one singular zombie gruntman, and then like 10 cacodemons just leaking out of the walls as you basically aggroed all of them. Yeah, this is why. Also, hi. We just casually have a cyber demon. I want this cyber demon to anger this archvile, but it's a bit tricky to get the angle just right to ruin his day. I don't think it's going to happen. Fortunately, he seems hell-bent to going down this corridor with me. Ah, but now I've got the Arachnotron chilling there. Go on the side for the 5 guys. Kinda, yeah. There you go. These guys peeved. Yeah. What? Hold on. Hold on. Seems to have a case of the floating. Yeah, hold on. Aggro him as well, just so that the Arachnotron doesn't get shot directly. Because the Arachnotron's... Well, okay. Alright, alright. Well, it was fun while it lasted. Yeah, I wonder if he needs to be defeated. Probably not. What a weird kind of pedestal, though, he's just chilling next to. So I believe that now activates this, which that reveals that one switch I sort of glitch triggered ages ago. And they give you a mega health. Or a mega sphere, even better. And then they spawn 50 million enemies. Listen, man, we gotta have that enemy count somehow. How many enemies? You remember that one part in Serious Sam where you get trapped in the kind of cage and he goes, haha, you're out there, and then the cage opens up and there's like 10 of them. Serious Sam is just full of like good old classic, we know this is a video game, but still, let's have a good time with it kind of stuff. If you head into here, you get this wonderful skull switch. Everyone loves that. And it reveals this side to open up. And the end of the level is just here. Now, that's where the level ends, but if you want to be cheeky and go down this route, you can open up this wall, which reveals where every item in this level is. Or at least 91 of them. And then also there's the secret exit here. Oh, knock the chair. Alright, one more level. Caribbean.
Time for a vacation. You've burst the bowels of hell, and by golly, you're ready for a break. You mutter to yourself, maybe someone else can kick hell's ass next time around. Ahead lies a quiet town with peaceful flowing water, quaint buildings, and presumably no hellspawn. As you step off the transport, you hear the stomp of a cyber demon's iron shoe.
153 enemies, so it's still a decent level, but I love that they tried. Also, the cyber demon is not to be found, unfortunately. Oh, hi there. But seriously, it's like, oh, I love exactly like what they've tried here. That's good fun. And they've just reused Doom 2 music. It does have my too many chain gunners kind of feeling though. But it's like, hey, we got the vine walls, we got the water, we got these like wooden platforms across the water. That's how you make a Caribbean level. Do we do this in Duke 3D? Maybe. But I think that's the joy of... You kidding me? Wow. Woo! Hi, that was a bit of a mean go. Arr. Exactly. Arr. Oh, that's kind of fun. We're just up here now. But yeah, seriously, Doom, there's just something kind of incredible about like how inventive people were with recreating aesthetics in a fairly primitive engine. Like, there's only so much that you can do with this. You know, you can't do room over room. You got this little like weird secret just chilling here. That's fun. Okay, I need that blue key, so we're back over here. We'll probably explore more in this building. Yeah, and especially like, I mean, this is 96, you know, we're starting to get like games, you know, like Duke Nukem 3D, like Tech War also exists, System Shock. You know, the first-person shooter market has definitely evolved at this point, but I do like how we can still take just Doom 2 and make it just really neat, really unique. While still having tons of hell monsters somehow aesthetically fit. Because they're eternal. Doom is eternal. Oh boy. This feels like a freebie. There it is. Oh, don't aim up! Yeah, teleporting. Doom is Dark Ages. Doom is 2016. But yeah, no, I really like this, and I'm glad that like playing around a bit more as well, like coming back to them. Yeah, I get this. I get what they were going for. It feels like a nice, fun collection of levels and just like a bunch of like neat ideas that, you know, certainly aren't explored in the main game. Even if they keep memeing on you with arch files everywhere. But I love this idea of like, you know, doors opening up, monster closets around all these corners. This is certainly, you know, where a logical direction of where to take Doom's level design. So I do like it, even if it is, you know, level packs. It's by other people, but they get it. They get it. I hope you hate I keep instinctively just hitting the map. This is Doom 3. Yeah, well, yeah. Eventually, then you get the actual Doom 3, and that's an interesting one where it's like it's so long between sequels because in the meantime of Doom 3, you have Quake 1, Quake 2, Quake 3, Quake 3, Team Arena, Quake World as well as a release somewhere in the, you know, between Quake 1 and 2. And I like Doom 3. I think it is a bit misunderstood, and it certainly will never have the legacy of Doom 1 or 2. Doom 2 feels very much like Doom plus, so we can just call it that, but yeah, no, I don't mind it. It certainly has a bunch of its like 2004 kind of charm, where one, similar to how we're complaining about new game and using incredible like system specs, Doom 3 was that. Doom 3 was another one of those games just 20 years ago. That's all that was. It was like, yep, you need a graphics card. It literally supported technologies that were only on graphics cards from like 2001 onwards. It's just like, yeah, you couldn't use anything older to even attempt. Hi there. But in hindsight, I think a lot of people find it's a fairly neat game. I think I'd probably just say neat. I wish I could trigger that again. I hope that wasn't a one-time. We'll see. Yeah, probably was. Okay. Or it was just the enemy really wanted to come out. But I do have a blue key now, so I might as well go and hit the blue switch. Oh, that's gonna... Whoa. Whoa. That's just a bit cruel. Hey, I'm walking here. Especially all the way over there. Also some dudes. I haven't been referring to them as dudes today, but I might as well. See, doot is unfortunately short for disconnect. So, That's why I've been a little shaken up by the term. It's like, oh. At least we do have more blue armor over here. Very nice. As well as also lowering the bridge for a hot, like, second. Is that gonna hit the... There we go. Man, you've actually got like straight front to like run up there. I like how I keep picking up like blue armors, but there's no like health. Just thought that's curious as well. Yeah, certainly some of the like item composition is a bit all over the place in this pack. Oh, I missed the health? There's no health there. I'm sorry, it's got a green plus. I can't see the green plus. Colorblind, I only notice... oh, true. Yeah, sorry, I missed that one. Oh. Gosh, this is a bit of a perilous ledge to try and juggle yourself on. Okay, they've wandered over there. That's locked, so we'll just walk around. Yeah, yeah, it's the 200 health. Actually, it's 100. But it overheals. Ooh. Some weird bouncing. I think it's because this wall is perfectly thin. And the physics is a bit odd on that. Okay, I gotta deal with these fellas. Ah! Every time. Every time. I never know how to play the Mankey Bike quite right. Just clean. There's just a fun rhythm to how many of Doom's enemies and mechanics will work. And I think Doom 2 perfectly like extends all of that as well. So I'm gonna keep praising Doom 2 because like, are you gonna what are you gonna do? Say something bad about Doom? How could you? How could you? It's Doom. It's amazing. If there's bad things you gotta say, one, it's like certainly there is a repetition to the madness. There's only some point you'll find the levels interesting, I guess. As much as you can extend it with your own custom stuff, all that extension was not a launch thing, and even things like Nightmare Mode wasn't added to the game until a few months after release. Fun fact. I'm not saying Nightmare Mode is needed in order to fully enjoy the game, and I think most people probably aren't too big on Nightmare Mode. It's like, yeah, it's a bit beyond me, for example. But still, I think a lot of Doom's legacy comes from how, you know, the company treated itself and how they extended and upgraded the game over time, and definitely played right into the whole like community like building as a game, which is something that I think really wasn't heard of at the time. People saw, yeah, exactly. Mario World hacks are a little bit different because it's not like Nintendo exactly endorses the Mario World ROM hack, but they certainly realized that there was a market for that, i.e. Mario Maker. Okay, I keep toying around with these walls. Oh. You know, that was the worst way to get myself wedged into that room. Okay, so now I've wandered around here. Do we do the other side? Is the other side open now? No? No, there's probably just more over here, right? Yeah, this is open. That's fun. There you go. Oh, he teleports, because of course he does. The teleporting force thing is a little bit of a cheap strat though, and I know the original game does it as well. I think we're good on this side. Maybe there's one door back here. Oh, hi. Oh. Yeah, remember what I said? Good thing I got him right away, but jeez. I did a good flick shot in the middle of that, so it was worth it. Sometimes I actually do like I know what I'm doing in a first-person shooter. I don't look like I'm quick-save scumming all the time. Now I can go through here. Hi there. Yeah, that's not really a fun room to be in. But yeah, what a neat secret level, you know? Where I'm out of ammo again. There we go, a bit more ammo. But yeah, other than... Ooh. Okay. Red key. Where do we put the red key? Did we find a red switch for the red key? Oh, right at the end. Because we're nearly done with the whole thing, so... Yeah. So I really hope I figure out this internet situation, but given that it doesn't apply to mobile, that's a good thing to test out. Seriously, we're at 0 packets lost after an hour 49. Or 39, sorry. So... cool one so far. It is cool. Oh, but they... there's this... I forgot, yeah, they announced the level. Oh, yeah, there's a cyber demon. Does that teleport in the middle? Oh. 100% they want you to go behind the cyber demon, right? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Think about it. We live in a world where it's like, you don't have one internet connection. You got a secondary one in your pocket in case. Oh, that doesn't open up. Oh, there's an Archie. You've got to be joking. Where? Oops. I don't suppose. Okay, no, that just teleports me right to the end. What does the white one do? Oh, there's another switch. Nah. Because I see this switch here as well. He is going to do flick shots, by the way. So if he's firing at you and then you teleport, he immediately is still facing you. I have no idea where the Archvile's chilling. So hold on. Activate that. White switch. Flick that. That's... Okay, that's a strat. Oh, gosh. Okay. Maybe we gotta do it the other way. No, but it seems weird the other way, doesn't it? So flick that switch, hit that. Now you're facing the... Alright. Hi there. Oh, snap. Wow, it's really not open for that long, is it? Also, no way is this an Archvile jump. No way. Oh, I've timed that poorly. Gosh, the angle is really weird. Yeah, it is a little weird. Oh, I was so close right then. No. Hold on. We're getting there. First try. Oh my gosh, that was a bit chaos, wasn't it? Anyways, we will be back into... Oh my gosh, the enemies are right on me. We'll be back into the deepest reaches next stream. It's 11:50. I didn't hit midnight. We're good. So, with that, I would like to thank you all so very much for watching this stream and the last stream and the stream before and the stream before that and the stream before that, because it took me like 5 goes. This was a doozy, but we got there. We got there. Mobile internet seemed to save the day. And yeah, thanks for sticking around, for constantly rejoining on streams. Yeah, if you missed, well, yep, streams every 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight, I'll say that. And if you missed the stream, or bits of it, the VOD will stitch it all together, and it'll make it seem like nothing happened. Even more Doom next... Yes, exactly. I'd probably say we are at the halfway point. I plan to do the other half of TNT next week. Plutonia is 2 weeks. I'm going to try and do both No Rest for the Living and Sigil in 1 week, and that leaves 2 weeks for the final, the 2024 levels. So, follow me on the Fediverse, or you'll see me say fun ramblings, as long as my internet doesn't die. Ooh. And other than that, stay safe, eat your greens, don't stay up too late like I did. It's all good. Peace!